All right, has anyone noticed this trend among some of our government experts lately? It starts off with them telling you a thing. If you question the thing, you will be mocked, ridiculed, and potentially censored. It then turns out later that the thing that they told you wasn't quite as true as they promised you it would be. And when you point this out, they revert to telling you that, well, they never told you the thing that they told you. And then when you show them incontrovertible proof that they did in fact tell you the thing that they told you, they just suggest that you should be mocked, ridiculed, and potentially censored. I can't imagine why we don't trust these guys.
If you're so confused and disoriented that you don't know where you are or where you're going, there are predators of the spirit who are much worse than snakes that are waiting in wait for you. And the probability that you'll move from aimless, hopeless, joyless anxiety to nihilism, corrosive bitterness, and genocidal fantasy in the fundamental extreme is very high. And so that's possession by a predator of the spirit in the desert of the soul. And that's real.
Hello? Honey, someone's going to the house. Someone's going to the house. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Who are you calling Pops? I'm gonna call Pops.
We're recording you.
No. It's okay. I'm just your neighbor. Coming by to say howdy.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we're not used to people stopping by to say howdy without assaulting us first, robbing us, or defecating on our lawn.
Sometimes all three.
The trifecta. We're from Los Angeles.
Just moved to Texas.
I figured.
Oh, the California plates?
Well, yeah, and the masks. Inside your own house. No one else around. 2022.
We just want to be extra safe.
We feel naked without masks.
We'll probably wear them for the rest of our lives.
We'll be buried in them.
Okay. Well, you seem like a lovely couple. Like I said, I just wanted to drop by and welcome you to the neighborhood.
Why? Do you want something?
Oh, no. I think he's being friendly. People around here are friendly. Like we've seen in the movies, right?
I thought that was just make-believe, like superheroes or families that go to church.
No. That's a myth. This is real life.
So, I live in that house over yonder. Name's Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. I'm Tiffany. She, her.
And I'm Steve. He, him.
What are your pronouns?
I don't believe in pronouns. I think they're reductive. In fact, just your asking about it is a microaggression.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. I'm just messing with you. I like all pronouns. My favorite is you.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Exactly. So, if you need anything, just holler. My wife and I'd be happy to help.
Baby, he has a gun.
I'm calling the cops.
I'm recording you.
No.
Recording
It's
you.
okay.
Good morning. I'm here to give you an update on the FBI's investigation of Secretary Clinton. What I want to do is tell you what we're recommending. But first, let me tell you what we found. 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it make?
8 of those chains are top secret, 36 of those chains secret, and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Everything I did was permitted. There was no law, no regulation.
Secretary Clinton should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
None of these emails should have been on any kind of classified system, not even Gmail.
Well, first of all, nothing was marked classified.
To the contrary,
Nothing was marked classified.
there is evidence of a
Nothing was
tremendous
marked.
amount,
Nothing was marked classified.
Now let me tell you what we
Oh
found.
my gosh.
110 emails.
It was not the best choice.
52 email chains
It was a mistake.
have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it
8
make?
of those chains are top
Wasn't
secret.
the best choice.
36 of those chains
I said
secret.
it was a mistake.
And 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it
With
make?
respect to our recommendation, this is going to be an unusual statement in at least a couple of ways. Although there is evidence, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. Public debate. What difference at this point does it make? 110 emails.
It wasn't the best choice.
52 email chains.
I made a mistake.
Have been determined to contain classified information. What difference at this point does it make? 8 of those chains are top
It was not a good choice.
6 of those chains
I said it was a mistake.
and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Chuck. See, look at all these great people that can't sleep either.
Hey, y'all. It wasn't my fault. Bonnie said she's gonna go live, and I said I'd go after her and told everybody. So,
Oh, yeah. Well, something came up. Grandbaby came over, and we had to make a craft. So now it's sitting there drying, and she's going to bed, and now I'm free. Hi, Sharon, Rog, Benjamin, Ridge Runner, Magic. Yes, I can't get my button to go. Nora, Al, Cashew, AB.
let's see. Click for new layout. It says
It's good
add
to
an
see all of
item. What kind of items can I add?
Hey, Jared. What are you adding?
I don't know. It says I can add stuff. I can add a media slot, a dynamic grid, camera slot, a grid of camera slots that adapts dynamically to the number of participants on stage, up to 10, a maximum of 1 per layout. Yeah, I'm not going to get into something I don't know what I'm going to end up getting into.
Well, I'm just glad I can bring my beach with me now.
Did you
Thank
click
you.
on your thing and send it live on your side?
No. Should I do that?
It won't hurt. That way you can name it and all that.
But then I have to watch over there too? Or
Hey, you'll see it through here if anybody says anything. See up in the top right, you'll see your little add to it thing.
oh, this is probably a U Live. Are we going to discuss the stuff that I sent you?
If you want.
I think we need to. Wait, I need to share you out first. I'm just getting some messages that it's like,
Hey, everybody. Hey, Ben. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Nora. Sharon. Frog. Hey, Ridge Runner. Magic. Al. Cashew. AB. Let's see. Anybody else? I think I covered everybody except the ones not talking. Links out there. Anybody wants to come up? Y'all listen to Bonnie. She's trying to tell y'all something. She said, now.
no, I didn't. Whoops. Okay, sharing you, because I don't know if they're getting your notifications.
Probably not. It's like Carl. I don't know if he got it.
Did you send him a link to the stream? Are you getting a hug? That's cool. Yes, Magic. I can't even keep up with them. All kinds of new stuff going on, but Chuck's testing out. No, Chuck.
Hey, Dito.
You got your notifications. Good deal, Benjamin. Hey, D-Dog. Do you have your link pinned at the top?
Yeah, I might have to drop it. Everybody says they don't see it. So,
Oh, really?
well, a lot of the time anyway. Carl didn't get it. Let's see. He said if he don't, he may be somewhere else or he's not on. So let me spam him with the link about 15 times.
And his service goes in and out.
And he's Camel Carl, so his Wi-Fi signature is camouflaged.
Oh, wow. The movie The Ultimate Gift just popped up on my feed.
Movie The what?
The Ultimate Gift. It's a really good movie. It's not an action movie, so you probably haven't seen it.
He's trying to say since it ain't nobody killing a bunch of people, I don't get to see it.
It's not. It doesn't seem to be your preferred taste. I don't know.
I could say I sleep to the lifestyle channel, huh?
Cashew. Did I say hello to Cashew? I think I did. Well, if you want to share that Fox News, oh, cool. You're going to be the White Rabbit tonight. Awesome. If you want to share that Fox News report,
all right, let me put this
that
picture.
Started out.
Here's something I laughed about when I saw.
Look at it, and they're just sitting in that slop. They can just keep sitting in that slop.
Doing all the things they do, and it's like nothing's going on, nothing here, nothing to see here. And then let's make up something about Trump and do something to him. Okay, everybody jumps on that train. Let's see if I can get that what you see. Which one was it you're talking about?
Fox News, Border.
Oh, that the last one you sent?
I think so.
Pause it. Stream it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Is it showing up?
Yep. Oh, that's a different. Is that a different one?
First, though, we go to Griff Jenkins. He joins us live from the border in Mission, Texas. Hi, Griff.
Hey, Jillian, good morning. And you are correct. The smugglers have been keeping Border Patrol very busy this morning. Texas DPS Lieutenant Chris Oliveras, you heard in that soundbite. I've been out with him since 4 this morning, along with Sergeant Lupe Caceres, and they have been busy because it's been raining. The smugglers love the rain because the ground is soft. It makes it harder for Border Patrol's vehicles getting stuck in the mud. We have had more than a half a dozen different groups come. We even talked to the smuggler sending the raft across the river this morning. We've had Mexican nationals, we've had Colombians, we even had a migrant from Mauritania in North Africa. And the Chinese situation is unprecedented. We have breaking news, but first I want to show you some video, Jillian. It's heartbreaking. You'll see Sergeant Caceres here talking to a toddler. This is a 2-year-old child that smugglers had dropped just at the river as we walked up on him. He was terrified. Sergeant Caceres trying to console this child. There was a note around his neck with instructions for officials to send him to some sort of adult in Louisiana. That is part of what we see here every day. It is heartbreaking, the ruthlessness, the callousness of these smugglers dropping a 2-year-old. He said he was 2 years old, dropped by himself. Now, in that same group, just a little bit up the river, 7 Chinese you can see here every single day. 4 straight days, Jillian, I have encountered Chinese nationals being dropped off. That's why the Border Patrol chief here, Gloria Chavez, says they're seeing a 920% increase in Chinese nationals. So much so, we now can show you exclusive video Fox News capturing in Brownsville, Texas, Border Patrol releasing Chinese nationals to a local NGO with notices to appear. They've been processed by Border Patrol and simply released to the public. We don't know everything about them, and we certainly don't know where they're going to go. That's why the border officials are saying that this is not only a humanitarian crisis, as we showed you with that child, but also a national security crisis now with tons of Chinese nationals being set loose in the U.S. Jillian?
Very hard to see that footage of a 2-year-old left stranded at the border. Griff, thanks for bringing us these stories. We appreciate it.
You could see the emotion on her face. You're not supposed to see the emotion on their face, but you could see it. And that's the way I feel. When I saw that poor little 2-year-old. And just send him to an adult in Louisiana. How do they know what this adult is like? No, what do you call it? No review, no investigation, no anything to see what they're sending that child into. And then the other part, hi Stanzalone, is very, very concerning. Don't you think? The nationals.
Yeah, mailing off a kid. Mailing a kid off. Like, yeah, here you go. Here's a kid for you. Signed Epstein's mother. Take care of my kid. It's ridiculous.
I wish I could go get him.
What is it?
Some kid at the border, they had a thing around his neck was like somebody in Louisiana that takes him to go there. Now they just tag him and drop him off. It's like,
yes, carked up, drag, drop him off. No telling what that poor child's been through. No telling where the parents are. Nobody ever asks where the parents are. Well, you can kind of guess.
The Cartel Express, even if you have to get there overnight. Hey, Stan.
Hey, Kay. Mary. Yep, beyond concerning.
Yeah, you can get a kid to Louisiana faster through the cartels than you can get your medicine shipped to you through Amazon.
And so I saw this other article today. Vermont, New York, and what's the other one that's right there at the Canadian border? And they were saying that they're flying these immigrants that are coming across the Canadian border to Texas. Excuse me, wait, hello? We're already overwhelmed here. What do you mean you're flying them to Texas? And then they're saying that they're all from Mexico, except for one was Chinese, whatever. And I was like, now why would they go from Mexico to Canada to come in when they can walk across the border right here? I don't think that's a true story of who they are, that they're flying to Texas.
Here's one. I don't know if you saw it. Let's see.
And that's true, Frog. Sometimes, maybe.
Massive news on the Manhattan grand jury case in the effort to take down Donald Trump. So as you know, I'm sure you've heard that the grand jury didn't meet today. Well, here's why. Alvin Bragg, the district attorney in Manhattan, who was obviously pushed by the Biden administration to attempt to take down Trump, was withholding evidence from the grand jury. And a very important piece of that evidence was an email from Michael Cohen's attorney in 2018 that totally exonerated Donald Trump and the Trump organization from any involvement whatsoever as far as the $130,000 hush payment to Stormy Daniels. Bragg was so desperate to make a name for himself, the sociopath, that he tried to get away with not showing that to the grand jury and pushing the indictment through. Well, it didn't work. The case is done. Donald Trump is not going to be indicted. There was never going to be anything like that. And these scumbag Democrats will do anything to win. But here's the funny part. Trump's numbers are through the roof night right now. He actually raised $2 million in the last 3 days from this. This only makes Trump stronger and brings the Republican Party together. And I got to tell you, Ron DeSantis, his moves the last 3 days have not been intelligent. I think he's been getting advice from Karl Rove and Paul Ryan, some of the biggest rhinos that have ever lived outside of Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham. He better figure it out because he should be able to walk into the presidency in 2028. But to me, it looks like it's Trump 2024, and the train is just starting to roll.
Here's the one that was Anna sent me that. What do y'all think of this? Here you go.
Bourbon Street, and a big truck begins drifting into the bike lane. Within seconds, it mounts the footpath, charging through a road sign and a light pole.
On a sidewalk.
It then wipes out a bus shelter, fences and trees, just stopping short of a house. The entire terrifying event captured on Paul Brackley's car dash cam.
Completely lost control and he was coming right into me. So I put my foot on the accelerator to get away, started crashing into things, and I then immediately pulled up. And then I ran back and helped the guy out of the truck.
The truck driver, a 31-year-old man from New South Wales, was slumped over in the front seat.
He had blood on his face, but he looked okay apart from that.
The driver was taken to hospital, telling Paul he'd just fainted at the wheel, explaining why the runaway rig showed little sign of slowing for so heart-stoppingly long.
4 days later, and residents are still faced with a massive clean-up here, but it all could have been much worse.
Miraculous, no one was killed. Miraculous.
Kelly
Said he fainted. Wonder if he was a victim of getting a pokey.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Cindy. Hey, Indy. Hey, Alfred Kingdom. Hey, Carl.
Hi, y'all. Thank goodness nobody was on that sidewalk.
Yeah, that's hard.
Frog. Where was that comment Frog said a while ago?
Yeah, that bus stop wasn't, when it hit the first group of trees, it kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Oh, about the cartel. Absolutely true. They do run Mexico. How you working? So one of my friends said that her neighbor came over and was freaking out. I guess she had just watched the news and seen kind of what we're seeing, and she's like freaking out. So that's where we need to be there for those neighbors. We need to be the comfort for those neighbors. We need to understand that there's going to be a lot of people losing it because they didn't know, and that it's finally coming out on the mainstream is how they're seeing it now. And so there's going to be a lot more people flipping out. We've already had our flip out days, and we've just got to be there for our neighbors, for our families, for our communities. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Friends, old friends, call your old friends up. Tell them you're there so they don't feel so alone. These people that are alone are really, really feeling alone.
Especially the ones that were against you the last 2 or 3 years, try to make amends because now they realize, well, or some of them have, there's a lot of people seeing that the real now.
Yes. Willie.
Hear that train a coming.
Rolling down the beam.
Yeah, I saw a thing where possibly the release of the Viking from January of last year.
Yeah. Yeah, Carl. But yes, that's the point we're at. But they haven't got to that point yet.
I got something to show y'all. I'm just looking to see if I had anything else put back.
Yeah.
Let me load it. Put it in here with this. Let's see. I didn't show up there. Let's see if I can find it a different way.
I just know they're pissing this old lady off.
Or what is
There
this
you go.
creature that doesn't
Yeah.
breathe and has fish gills or something weird?
Shut down, our businesses were closed, our schools were robbed of so much. And today, COVID no longer controls our lives. And 2 years ago, democracy faced its greatest threat to the Civil War. And today, though bruised, our democracy remains unbowed and unbroken.
And that's coming in shitty.
What was that? What's his name?
I can't remember his name. He played on that show in the 80s, had the two daughters and the...
He was on Caddyshack, wasn't he? Oh, I don't know. That Hi, NC Deb. Good to see you. Remember, we all noticed that whenever that speech happened, and
Yeah, remember I said I had it and it disappeared. I found it again. And it just shows up shittier now. I don't know if it's why it's so laggy. I couldn't get it to go in my other stuff here. Maybe see if it'll go now. No, still not showing up as a video. That's weird, but I found it. I could get it one way, but not the other. Ted Knight, yeah, Ben, thanks.
oh, Ted Knight. Okay, it wasn't who I thought it was.
Kind of makes you think of the Love Boat guy.
I was thinking of Dangerfield, Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield, yeah, at least like him.
And Indy's going live tomorrow night.
Yeah, DeSantis talking about, also says he will have nothing to do with a potential extradition and says he won't get involved in a manufactured circus related to potential indictment. I've got real issues to deal with. Yeah, it was kind of a clown show, but
Well, he really does have real issues to deal with because he's not so popular anymore.
no, he's too close to Paul Ryan.
GS.
Yep.
Hooking up with some bad players. That'll do it.
Yeah, his daddy's supporting him.
Hey, David.
That's a good question. This meme says that I grabbed on here. I'm going to put it on here. It says, riddle me this. If the government cannot protect the vote, the border, or its citizens, what do we have a government for?
Exactly. Did you see the women? Hey, Dana. They were in DC protesting. They were pro-life, and they were protesting, and they were arrested. And you wouldn't believe how many CP showed up to arrest. There was like 5 women, and they kept telling them to get off the street, and they were just standing there holding those banners and one fist up in the air, and they kept doing their chant. Even when they got them in the paddy wagon, they still kept doing their chant and singing the songs. You could hear them going down the road. They were not giving up. And proud of them, the whole time they were putting the zip ties on their wrists and everything. They just kept on singing and chanting, and they weren't afraid.
Yeah, I got to put this one out there. You all laugh this. If you can remember what it's referring to. Some out there probably they might
And
remember.
Cindy said paddy wagon. I don't know what you call it.
Here you go. It's Groundhog Day. We got Trump again. How y'all like that to have that for my background?
Oh my goodness. Is the one on this side a woman? That looks like lipstick.
Yeah, that's Hillary.
Ew. Okay.
That's making fun of the new Mad Max. Remember, it had the bald-headed girl driving, and the other guy playing Mad Max wearing that thing on his face. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I have never seen Mad Max. Yeah, Daniel, a lot of evil out there. But we got to keep them prayers up. We have got to keep armored up with the armor of God. So what do you call a van that the police use now?
What is it?
What do you call a van that the police use now to carry the prisoners in? I said paddy wagon. I guess that wasn't right.
Yeah, somebody might get offended by that. I don't
Yeah, I
know
saw that about Israel. I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't do nothing. I'm still digging through my crap. Here you go. A warning, beware of Gen X. You have been warned. We are not responsible for your triggers, personal pronouns, or bad music.
Bad music.
Which I'm right there on that borderline, so I'm kind of baby boomer Gen X. Probably knowing me the worst of both.
Oh. I've never heard of a white patty.
Will that fit in here? Let's see. Instead of the white rabbit.
I went to all black school too, and they were saying it. I didn't hear it.
I can use that as a background.
Here I got this nice serene beach. And you've got
They're on their way there.
no, not allowed. No, on second thought, let them come. Let them come.
Let's see, I can change it. Here, is that better?
I was a baby, now I'm just a boomer. You're someone's ancestor. Act accordingly. There you go. Warriors.
I'm a boom shakalaka. If you add both together.
What?
You know, I've been to the South all these years, Jorgen, and I've never had boiled peanuts.
Me either. Ridge Runner, I saw that too. They're actually admitting to a few more things. Like the sudden.
What game is that, Daniel? Yeah, they're redoing that Last of Us as a series, and their first 9 episodes are through. So now they're going to remake a lot of stuff, and they're coming out with The Last of Us. You can play it on a computer, and I didn't want no part of it till I watched the little series of it. Now I want to watch it or play it.
Carl, I want leather and lace. Just saying.
I've been back messing around with, I told Bonnie about Fallout New Vegas.
See, Benjamin calls it that too. I've been in the back of a police paddy wagon in Chicago. Go Benjamin. We are the rebels.
Yeah, I could always smell them lights, and I was make myself gone by the time they got there. I'll have to look into it. Al. I need to find some wood to knock on.
That's what I do. I mean, I'm always knocking on
All the
wood.
shit I used to do, the closest I've ever come to getting arrested was the other day when that cop pulled me over with her stupid bullshit.
Yep.
I learned to watch my mouth. She goes, "You got any weapons in here?" I said, "Yep, laying here right here on top of the console." Went the pad on. She's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," and backs away from the truck. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "You asked," and I was just pointing where it was. "You don't reach for a gun." I said, "I didn't reach for a gun. I got out of the truck, then you wanted me back in the truck. So now I'm in the truck where the gun is that I have a right to have, and you're upset because I was going to show you where it was." I ain't done with her. I'm going to see that judge either tomorrow or Monday, so if I can get her ass fired, I will. They don't need cops like that, unfortunately. She's so afraid of everything that she don't need to be pulling folks over. Matter of fact, she don't need to be protecting people, which they ain't out to protect anybody anymore. They're out to embezzle everything they can get out of everybody. But serve and protect went to embezzle and restrict.
Daniel's on baby duty. Isn't it awesome? Yeah, I have the night shift. Just keeping an eye out on everything.
Did you hit that little icon up there and crank it up and have it running on yours? It'll give you your time too for the month.
No, I didn't.
It's real quick. It's kind of like it shows as an extra place, like kind of like when you start up a StreamYard and it'll ask you to name it, and you're allowed to send it out to only 2. This way, like I got going 3 right now. I don't have my Rumble going because it said it wouldn't post to it or something. I don't know why, but
Amen now. Very genuine. I thought there was a song called Leather and Lace.
I think there was. It was
Fleetwood Mac or Hart or one of them.
Fleetwood Mac, or is either Fleetwood Mac or when she went solo. I think it's when she was solo. Stevie Nicks, Leather and Lace. It's either the album name or song.
Yep.
Damn, I feel old now.
I love Stevie Nicks.
No, I'm just meaning the brain cell that just remember that. It's strolling out here in a walker and a wheelchair.
Rich Renner said it was hard.
It's hard.
I think she's the one. I just love the way she dressed too. She's probably one of those evil people. I don't know, but I liked the way she dressed.
Yeah, like a witch.
You fudged it. It was Stevie. It was Stevie. Okay. Landslide. Yeah.
Yeah. Don Henley and Stevie Nicks. I thought it was just her.
I said I can't remember if it was her or Bonnie Raitt that I liked their clothes, and kind of went with that style on my. Well, after I got out of jeans and t-shirts. Okay, that sounded bad. I need no wafers.
Hey there, D.
Hey.
Vanilla wafers and bean dip.
Tea. No, not bean dip. We got an extra.
Somebody that. Every time I hear that, it makes me think of a Jimi Hendrix concert.
You know it's me. Hello, everybody. How are you?
We're all here for the beer.
How are you doing?
Good. You were serious. Talking serious stuff earlier.
Yes,
I didn't look at
because
the
it is serious.
I heard it, but I didn't look at it. I don't want to look at it.
It is serious.
Well, you overwhelmed, friend?
Yes.
Can I pray for you?
Yes. Always.
Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath, okay? God, we're all overwhelmed and we're sad and we're scared sometimes and a lot of things, Lord. But you give us courage and you give us hope and you give us your word and you gave us Jesus and you gave us your comforter. And I pray you would comfort everyone and take away all the anxiety and the fear and replace it with your breath of life and your love and your hope. Pray for Scotty in the hospital now, that you would just touch him and heal him and help him to be better before he comes home again. And
Just one voting.
pray for Cindy, Lord, that you just strengthen her, be with her. Thank you for good people around her. Bring more good people around her. Help us to be good people. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Anyone else in the hospital? I'm sorry if I forgot, or I know y'all need prayer. Lisa, she always needs prayer. Lisa, you know I love you. Love
Well,
you all.
that's it.
Pasadena, Texas, you had a massive explosion at the Ineos phenol chemical plant.
Where in Texas? Oh,
Yeah, Pasadena.
Oh
God, be
my
with those
goodness.
first responders. Be with those first responders, Jesus. Please protect them. Help them find people. Help them be careful. Amen.
Amen.
It's blowing up everywhere, isn't it?
Yep. Here's a little thing for y'all if it comes through.
But nah. Whoa, that's wow. Oh.
I had to cheer you all up a little bit.
You guys send that to me.
Which one?
Meatball Ron. I'm putting that on my community page.
Vicky seen it. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Some weird stuff out there, man. Weird stuff.
Well, he turned to a traitor. Elon, traitor. All of them, traitors. I'm just, and that's the prayers. We've got to stay in prayer and protect our souls. That's what they want. And I can get mad and frustrated and throw a fit and stomp my foot and shake them till they. But God knows I'm been trying to do it the right way.
What did Jesus say? Worry about today. Tomorrow has enough troubles. So what, did we do our best today? Hey, even if you didn't, don't spend a whole lot of time dwelling on it. Do the right things, reconcile with your people if you have to, right? Don't go to bed angry.
No.
Don't, all that stuff. But these times are just so trying, and I've never lived so with such angst and stress day after day after day like the last 3 years. And it wasn't, I have with personal stuff, but this was like more, this is what we all been through, this is we've all together, right? And
yeah.
And it's not over yet. It's not
and
over
thank
yet.
God we all have each other, though. This community,
Yeah, but
I
people
know
really
that's
they really need to look to Jesus, because the people are flaky and
Well, I
they
know
will let
that.
you down, and Jesus won't let you down. But people will let you down, and people look to streamers a lot of times like we're, like we got extra time than other people, or extra abilities and extra superpowers and extra everything, and sometimes it just ain't good enough for people. It doesn't matter how much you do or give somebody attention, and you blow it, they're not going to give you mercy. They're not going to give you grace. They've been waiting so they could be mad at you for some reason. They've been just waiting for you to screw up. So, that side of it has been very shocking and jarring for me. I've had friends even here in Humboldt County that you guys all know I got close with, and we were streaming, kicking ass, let her in, let them in our community, and it was all just bullshit. It's just,
I know.
they just, people, they're just, there's a lot of users here, and when you don't give them what they want, and then they show you their true colors. Then their true colors come out. So you know what? To you who are like that,
Yes, Mary, we are a republic, and it has always bothered me that he uses that word. We are
Trump
not a
used that word.
democracy. We are a
Yeah,
republic.
Trump used that word. She talking about Trump?
Yes.
Pure bloods, baby. Pure bloods, Jerry Lee. Yes. Yeah, love them unconditionally, but you still have to call out the truth, and people don't like it when you call it the truth, and people don't like it when you say no. And then all of a sudden you're an asshole because you said no, because you're an asshole.
Yep. You can say You can help somebody 100 times. First time you say no, you're a piece of shit.
Oh, I'm such a piece of shit for that. I'm known for that. Nope.
Yeah.
No. No. I got no problem saying no. I will
I
give
can say no, but I'm not going to say I'm a piece of shit.
Well,
just no means no.
I'm talking to Chuck, not you.
I'm meaning, yeah, that's the way a lot of people look at it, though. I've helped so many people. And they're always around when you're able to help or whatever. But the first time you say no, you can't help, you don't see them anymore. And everybody's like, "What'd you do to so and so?" They said you did them dirty, and yeah, well, why did I do them dirty? Because I couldn't do something.
Yeah.
Lisa, the link's pinned at the top, hon.
Let's see.
You have to be careful. You just have to be careful. People are petty. What's up, Al Bundy, Tennessee? Bonnie's watched Julie Green today. One thing she kept saying is to rest in Jesus Christ. Lay your burdens at his feet. It made the difference for me. Amen. Yeah, I picture the cross.
Yes,
I
amen.
picture the problem. If I have to, I just picture it written out. You know, if it's money or whatever, is money. There it is. There at the cross. You deal with it, Lord. I'm not going to worry about this issue. This issue, you're gonna. I know I'm also not going to just not do anything.
Well, yeah. And I do that. I mean, every night before I go to bed, we have a long talk, and I get rid of it all so that I can have a peaceful sleep. That's one thing my grandmother always taught: never go to bed angry. But baby girl's spending the night, and I'll say my prayers and go in there and give her a hug and kiss while she's sleeping, and all is good in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Those
That's
are
all that
the
matters.
joys of life.
Yeah, you got your health. That's the greatest thing you can have. That's the greatest thing you can have
Yes.
is your health.
I gained 2 more pounds.
You
I
hear
need to be
that?
out at my house. That's
Skinny
where I'm
friend out
getting the muscle.
That's why you're getting what?
I said I need to be out at my mama's. That's where I'm getting the muscle. I get a lot more exercise at her house.
Are you back at your house now?
Yes.
How's she doing? Better?
Yeah. She was walking without the walker. I made sure that she was walking without the walker before I left. Yes, Carl, I know you hear me reaching in my box.
My husband's going to be home soon, and oh, yep, Louis texting me. I got to talk to Louis. I'm going to have to go. I wanted to come up here. Anybody else coming up here? I know you guys want to get some going. Let's get this party started. Gonna play a video or something? So I'll come back in a little bit, but I got to get for now. Thank you for having me up. I appreciate you, Chuck, and your open panel.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
You're
Dee.
welcome.
I do.
You are a blessing.
You all bless me very much. I love y'all so much. I'll see you later.
Love you.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Henriette Jack. Good to see you.
Not newsworthy, but here's this. Let's see if it'll pop up. I just thought it was funny. I don't know if the bear shits in the woods, but he scratches his back in there.
My ex-husband would do that in the door jams.
And my son Wyatt does that all the time. He'll hit the door jamb or the corner over here. I do it sometimes, but it just don't work for me, and ends up I hurt my shoulder blade.
Daniel's got you pegged.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll say something too, and they don't know whether I'm pissed or just being sarcastic or joking or. And then sometimes when I'm mad, if I ain't irate about it, they think I'm just being an ass playing. But if you talk normal, people don't listen.
Sadly, that's true. I have to throw a bad word in there for them to know I'm serious. Anyhow, Jack, why would you be in the doghouse? Carl trying to get you going. Why does Potato have any say over Canada?
Shouldn't have say over anything.
$16 whole.
I don't think he should be able to run a lemonade stand.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was loud.
It was that little rock thing we got. I'm gonna put the rolled coins in my safe that add up to full gold coins, and then I'll keep collecting more and adding to it. Actually, I wonder if I have some of those coins in my safe still. Hi, Chuck.
Hey.
Good night, love you.
Love you too, babe. Good night.
Good night, Chuck.
Good night. Here's a gift for y'all.
Texas Cindy. I don't know if that's true or not, but I feel normal. Not knowing what normal is. Wait, you took it down too quick.
It went down on its own. See, you're saying it's illegal to watch women dance provocatively until you're 18, but you can watch men dressed as women dance provocatively in grade school.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's showing it's a picture, but it's like timed, and I don't understand how I ended up with it that way. But let's see.
Cindy, I'm sorry. I don't know why they would do that.
Give me some serious music for everything going on.
Hey, JC.
Sounds like Pee Wee's Playhouse or something, don't it?
Or the circus. We don't want to go to the circus.
You got that one and hey, Lisa.
Hey, Chuck. Hey, Bonnie.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hanging in there. How y'all?
Pretty good.
Here.
Hey, Alec. Oh, I think Ridge Runner's coming up to tell us something.
Well, tell him to get his little hiney up here, cousin.
Come up here and spread it. That didn't sound right.
Please don't say that to Ridge Runner.
Look, Ridge Runner does good enough on his own. He don't need your help, Chuck.
Right?
Hawks at that smoking pot music.
Yeah, I heard that. So bad.
There's a link for Ridge Runner in. If he wants to come up.
Oh, hey, Hawk.
Ridge Runner, your chicken.
Come on, Ridge Runner.
One time in all this almost 2 years now, he came up one time. He couldn't get a word in.
Cousin, if I can get up here, you can get up here. Get up here now. Come on, you can do it. I have faith in you.
She said, boy.
Let's see, how can I tempt him? I want to hear your voice, Ridge Runner.
Well, we're trying, Bonnie. I don't think it's doing much good, though.
I don't think so either.
Well, get up here and talk to us, Ridge Runner. Come on. You were full of yourself the other night. Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know why, but I still love
Yorga, baby.
I still like that smile.
No. Did you see?
Come on, Yorga. You at least get up here. Tennessee Ridge Runner's chicken.
Here, Ridge Runner, I'll have the cow dance for you. Hey, y'all.
No, Ed, we
There,
miss
Hawk,
you.
there it is.
Hi, Hawk.
Yeah, I'm going to turn that on my phone because my computer is, well, my internet's out again.
Chuck, answer Tennessee's question, please. You see it?
My wife was sending his mom's pictures of him in dresses. He told her he was gay, but not coming out until his grandpa passed away.
Your mic sounds covered up or something, bud.
Hey, man.
We can't hear your voice.
Ridge Runner, you should be able to Ridge Runner, you should be able to put those through.
Hang. Stop it!
Oh, good Lord.
I don't know about y'all, but I quit it and I wasn't even doing nothing.
All right, does it sound better now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, well, I'm on a phone, so I'll probably be in and out from the look of it. But yeah, I figured the internet's out again.
Surprise, huh? Didn't you say you got the damn hub, the hub basically outside your property or something?
Yeah, right outside the property. So I got all green lights. The only thing I ain't got is the blinking globe. Yeah. So it's not my shot. It's just some other stuff going on. I don't know what it is. So,
Sorry about that, Chuck. They decided to go ballistic.
That's all right. I quit doing whatever. I stopped breathing for a minute.
I don't know what they heard, but all of them heard it at the same time, and it was like World War III.
Might have heard, I don't know if Hawk's dogs barked or.
No,
Can I
answer
my dogs
Richard?
are quiet. They're all sleeping, except for, well, one of them's snoring. And I think you can hear it or not all the way across the room. I sure as hell can.
No.
But the rest of them, they're spread out all over the floor.
Sounds pretty
Two
quiet
underneath me, 3 directly behind me, and the other 5 are spread out.
Well, then you know what I'm talking about, then, don't you, Hawk? I got 12, and when they all go off at the same time, it sounds like World War III.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got them little ones that bark when a fly goes by a window.
Oh, a leaf has. Oh,
yeah.
A leaf blows and they bark.
Got somebody else coming up. Let's see, Yorga.
I'm going to answer Ridge Runner real quick.
Well, I asked Chuck to answer him, but he didn't. I guess he didn't hear me.
Yeah, I was answering, telling him to look into settings for coming into StreamYard. It should have you pick through what for mic, what for camera, and all that.
But if he's on a cell phone, and
I don't know about that. I don't ever. One of y'all that use phone answer that.
We just did.
Trying to. And that's what I noticed. If I'm on a phone, mine's an Android, and so with the 3 dots, I click on it, and then it gives me a choice of what browser I want to use, and I use the Samsung, something like that, and then it goes to letting you turn your mic and camera off and all of that. That's how I do it, Ridge Runner.
All I got to do is click the link and then hit no cam and then turn the mic on.
The good thing it gives you like multiple choice, like them old tests, school tests you used to do on a computer. You can keep trying as long as you keep picking.
How are you, Yorga?
I'm good. How is everyone here?
Living like a rock star.
Good.
When they're 70.
That's the only way to do it.
Hey, 70's not old anymore.
I'm
Who
just
said
talking
I
about
was 70?
broke down as they are. I was meaning by 70. Them.
I'm 63.
Well, yeah, we got to look at this way. We got to make sure our grandkids get the shit right, so that they can make the world right. So, what kind of world we gonna leave Willie and what's his name from the Rolling Stones in?
Yeah, Keith Richards.
Yeah, Keith Richards. We're gonna leave. If our grandkids don't get it right, then them two will be uncomfortable.
You're saying you only got one more year to wait for your song to come out? When I'm 64.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm 64. No shit.
You got something to look forward to.
I guess so. Hick Gal says she missed me since the days of Jeremy. I haven't spoken to Jeremy in a while. Jeremy or Christina. Cindy says I'm a fetus. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment. I'll take it as a compliment. I'm just a little fetus.
I heard you say something smart ass. That ain't how you spell feces.
Well, yeah, you could switch the letters around a little bit there.
How's everything going around, everybody?
All right. I'm popping a bowl.
Man, it is like perfect. Here, I'm going to cut my cam on just to scare everybody to death.
You're blue.
It's perfect here. I've got my windows open, and you can walk outside and it feels perfect, and you can walk inside and it feels perfect, and it's a little bit of breeze blowing, and it's like, man, it's like the perfect day of the year.
Yeah,
You must not have the pollen like we got here.
No, I'm getting that too. I've been sneezing like crazy, but not that bad. We haven't had it. My car is in yellow right now, so no, we haven't had it that bad.
Yeah, my truck's brown, but it looks yellow, and it's 73 here right now. I should have the windows open, but I don't feel like.
Shoot, it doesn't say right now, but it was 72 or something a little while ago. Yeah, so I've just got my whole house open. It's cool.
Pollen's so bad here. If I open windows up, start crop dust in the house.
Exactly. That's why I don't have mine open. I turned the air on a while ago.
You had the air conditioning on.
Yeah, we got up to almost 80 today.
Where are you at?
North Carolina.
That's right. I knew that.
Yes, you did, Yorga baby.
It shouldn't have been that bad, baby. You should have just been able to open your windows and let it flow.
As much yellow and green that's flying through the air? No.
Oh, really? Y'all got it really bad down there. Yeah, no, I don't have it that bad here.
Well, the last 3 nights we had frost freeze, which knocked all the buds and everything off. But we got the pine trees blooming, all the other trees blooming. It's insanity. Everything's green.
Yeah, same here. Everything's blooming and green. We got wildflowers all over the place and bluebonnets, and I'm hoping to go out and take a video tomorrow to share with y'all.
Cool.
Yeah, I noticed down the interstate, them clusters of Easter flowers, they're all along the median on the interstate between here and Marshall, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Most of them here are turning brown on account of the 4 nights of frost we had.
Oh, Hawk's losing signal.
Uh-oh.
Love you, Hawk.
Hurry back, Hawk. Tennessee, get up here. If I can figure this out, you can figure it out.
Stop yelling at people.
I learned it from the best, Yorga baby.
Who's that?
You.
I don't yell at people. Once they need yelling at.
Only when they need it.
Right.
I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to go grab some tea. Oh, shit, damn knees.
Yep, 85 here tomorrow. Low 53.
Low of 53. Yeah, it's getting nice here too. I have 2 acres I have to cut.
I've got almost 3. Hey, Vicky.
Wow, you had to top me now, didn't you?
But I bet
Well, I
y'all have
do.
the 0 turns.
You got one of those 0 turn things?
Nope.
Oh no, I don't either. I'm afraid I'd run over something with that thing.
So you mow it by hand?
Yeah, I mow it by hand.
No, I mean with a push mower.
Mow on, mow off.
You don't have a bush hog, you use hand hogs, huh?
I got a riding lawnmower. I bought it brand new in 2012 and doing 2 acres for like 12 years. It's like really been hard on this mower, but I just rebuilt it. I go to there's a website called Jack's Small Engines, and they have every part for my lawnmower. So if something breaks, I just order it online. It shows up, and I put my lawnmower back together.
That's good.
Yep. Basically, all you do is tune up oil changes and catch them blades and the bushings for the blades.
Okay, is Hawk sick? He said he hadn't had a ribeye in 3 months. What the heck's going up with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I had a sirloin tonight and a ribeye like 2 nights ago. But it was at Applebee's. But it was good.
Yeah.
That flank steak I made over the weekend, I think I prefer that over any of the steaks anymore. That turned out good when I marinated it.
Yeah, marinate them really good. They're good as hell.
Tennessee, just click the link, and all you got to do is either turn your camera off or you need your mic to talk, but just turn your camera off if you don't want your face shown and talk away. That's all you got to do. You don't need no 3 dots.
Ridge Runner, do you have a laptop? It's easier on there. But if you're using your phone, let me see.
Knowing Ridge Runner, when you asked if he had a laptop, he's like, yeah, but nobody's sitting on it right now.
That actually sounds like something he would say.
So pretty much everybody here is from the South, except for Daniel, of course. He's in Greenland.
He's in what?
He's in Greenland. Daniel is from Greenland.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's like a Viking.
Greenland, where it's always icy, and Iceland, where it's always green.
Exactly. Yeah, he got the shitty one. Actually, he sent me pictures, man. That place is beautiful if you like cold. I mean, it's gorgeous, but it's always kind of snowy and cold looking. He's a cool guy.
Oh, see?
There he is. He just had a little baby.
Yes. And that is too sweet that he's taking care of.
Proud pop. That's right.
Yeah, we got Northerners here. Benjamin and Al.
Oh, okay. Like Yankees.
Tennessee, just click the link.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying.
Turn off
like
your camera and come on up.
Northern United States people.
Bonnie's so far down in Texas, so everything's northern to her.
Yes. Yeah. This is the farthest north I've ever lived, and I'm pretty south.
People in North Carolina call us Yankees, and I'm in Virginia.
Well, actually,
I don't call you no Yankee.
I sent Bonnie a picture earlier of 10 acres I wanted to buy, and it's down there right by Pecos. It's like, what, 6 or 8 miles off the border?
Yes, and I was like, in the desert, closer to the border. Are you crazy? No.
Yeah, you might get some interlopers coming over the border there.
Yeah, you can live off the land like a cannibal. You have plenty of produce coming through.
I think because since I have gone live on my phone, now it automatically goes to StreamYard. But I remember before that at the top it had the 3 little dots on the right corner of the top. If you got an Android too, it should have that. And then I chose Samsung. It was the bottom in the list of 3 that drops down.
It's never asked me any of that, and I've got an Android too. I don't know why it ain't.
My first time it did. And well, the first few times when we go backstage or anything, I'd have to do that.
There's nothing there. But...
Yeah, All for His Kingdom says that Yoga, I'm your neighbor in Maryland. I've been to Maryland a bunch of times. I've played up there a whole lot, playing music. A whole lot in Maryland.
Well, Ridge Runner, honey, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maryland.
Good. Sorry.
Good. Maryland's real good about lobster rolls.
Oh my God, we used to play in Baltimore at the Inner Harbor, and it's a place called Phillips. I can't believe I even remember that. That make crab cakes and crab balls and all that stuff. But man, it is like I've never had anything better than there. And I hate Baltimore. I hate playing there, man. I hate that place. But
the food was worth it, huh?
oh my God, yeah, the Inner Harbor was cool, but once you got out of there, man, and got kind of in the city, it's a shithole.
Ain't nothing better than damn crab cakes and a damn sub sandwich made with lobster to me.
Hello, Ed.
That sounds pretty good.
From whenever I was 1, we moved to San Francisco, but we left there when I was 5. So I don't remember much of it, except for the winding road, the old cars, stuff like that. And the earthquakes. I definitely remember the earthquakes.
Really?
Not something I want to go back to. Yeah, when you're sitting in the bathtub and the water starts sloshing out. It's like, what's happening?
Make you feel younger, Bonnie. When you were 5, Nancy Pelosi was still old enough to be your grandmother.
Thank you. I needed that.
I lived in Sacramento when I was like 2. So I don't know how old you are, but we might have been neighbors, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, my brother, he has to drive to Sacramento every so often for his work. Not so much anymore since they put an office. He's in Petaluma.
I barely remember any of it, but we lived there. I was born in Nashville, believe it or not. We moved all over the place when I was young. But, yeah.
My dad's people are from about 60 miles south of Nashville.
Yeah, I was born in Nashville. And I'm the only guitar player from my family. So that's kind of cool.
It was bred into you, huh?
I guess so. But I don't remember any of it. I mean, I was born there, and then we moved. And then we moved, and then we moved. And so,
Yeah, we moved a lot around San Antonio, because I grew up in San Antonio till I was 13, and we moved a lot. The last place we lived was Lackland, and then
Air Force Base.
Yep, and then became a country girl, and I wouldn't leave it for nothing. Never moved back to a city.
Me either, Bonnie.
Yep. I don't care that there's a store 5 minutes away.
Not Yorga, but Ridge Runner. Try putting DuckDuckGo on there and then loading the StreamYard up. Grab that link, copy it, and start DuckDuckGo and put it in. A lot of people have more. DuckDuckGo will work where other things won't on some phones.
All right, Ridge Runner. Or you can bring
Ridge Runner.
How to do it. Ha ha.
Don't you hate stuff like that with the computer?
Oh, it's been such a learning experience for me. All I've done with computers is bookkeeping for the past 20 years. And so I can do spreadsheets, I can do QuickBooks, any of that stuff. I can do your taxes, I can do everything. But when we started doing this StreamYard thing, it was like, and Chuck's still teaching me. That's why I have a beach square instead of a black square now.
Well, I had to help her get onto Telegram.
Yes.
And then you look at my grandson at 6 or 7, he, with a tablet, found out how to hack the Wi-Fi password and figured out what it was. And then he changed it. And he's autistic.
Young kids, man, they know this stuff. And I can change the brakes in your car, but this computer stuff, I just want it to work. When it's time to work. All right,
Yeah.
work. I want my email. I want YouTube. I want
Easy. Yep. It's like these kids are born with the knowledge.
They're born with it. I don't get it. My kids are the same way.
Yep.
Yeah, my screen on my computer, just with nothing up there, of quick clicks has 9 rows of 7 of things for me to hit quick to go to stuff. And I know better, but that's just, well, I just put it on a shortcut.
Well, I finally figured out my phone has, actually, I didn't figure out, my granddaughter showed me, but I have, it disappeared. My phone won't come on. I probably killed it. Oh, anyway, it has notes. And I was like, oh, so I have a song playlist. Every time I hear a song in the radio and I want to remember the title, I put it on there. And then I have a links list. So I think that's how these mods are coming up with links so quick. So you can put it in your notes and it's right there and just.
Bonnie, the easiest thing to do for that, believe it or not, you know where your channel list is? Put it in alphabetical order, and you can actually click on your subscribers, and you can find your links real quick like that.
Oh, well, that's a good idea, too. Then it's right there.
Yep.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
So I wonder now what they're going to do with Alvin Bragg, since he tried to pull that shit over them justices' eyes about that crap they're trying to pull on Trump.
He keeps digging himself a deeper grave is what he keeps doing. In my opinion.
In my opinion, they're trying anything and everything they can to try to nail him so he can't run. I mean, they're doing, I mean, it's down to being pathetic at this point.
Yep.
You know?
Plumb stupid.
Yeah. Eddie, so was I. That's what I told him. It's either you or me. Rather it be you.
I really don't think that he needs to be getting in a pissing contest with Ron DeSantis stuff. I mean, that's like, don't divide everybody, you know, don't, work with this guy or something.
That's why I put this. Yorga, can you see your screen?
No, I saw that thing. I mean, is he a shill or what? You know,
yes.
Is there something I don't know?
Georgie S is backing him and supporting him. I saw the videos on it. I've had them here. I don't know if I still
Who
do.
is? George Soros?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is backing DeSantis?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Savernado. Okay.
So doesn't that say a lot?
Yeah. Yeah. If he's backing him, then forget it.
And that's just it. They're all politicians. I don't care who they are. They're all politicians. And that's what we've got to clean the slate and put who we want.
That's disappointing, though. That really is, man.
Night, David N. Sorry, Yorga, baby.
So it gets down to you've got one guy, one freaking guy in this whole country.
Good night, David.
That what?
That you can count, maybe could possibly count on. I mean,
Yeah.
I've thought of it that way, or the whole thing could have been by George, is to discredit him by doing that and going public with it. Not like it showed him hugging or nothing, just showed him out there making a speech about who he's backing.
Well, but there's been other things too. the Pokey. He was when I looked at his website, there was some things he was supporting that he shouldn't have been.
But you know what's really sad is that you have to tiptoe around and say the Pokey. You know what I mean? This is America.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we had a pandemic, and we can't even on this platform say what it is or
yeah.
The thing, it must be true if they get offended by it and destroy you over it. Because if it was
They
live,
do. They do. I know it's pissing me off, man. To be honest
Well,
with you.
there's a video out now, Yorga, of DeSantis with surrounded by young schoolgirls.
What?
Yeah.
Here, David's asking, or Daniel's asking about that video.
For just one vote in 2024, you could help this.
It wants to keep repeating. Let me turn the up loops.
Wow. I didn't even notice the phone number the first time. I wasn't even looking at it.
All the 666s.
Yes.
I didn't like that either. But
Well, the video that I watched last night, he was with a bunch of schoolgirls, and it also showed him with Soros.
well, damn. If you find that link again, throw it at me.
I will. I think it was on Rumble, Chuck.
Yeah, I couldn't go to Rumble earlier. I tried to go live on it. It had some issue with my login or something. So maybe they didn't like what I put on there.
Well, Schiff stayed up as late as she could, and she finally said, before she hung up with me on the phone, she said, well, Chuck's not going to live, and I'm going to bed.
Oh.
He said, tell Chuck and Bonnie hi.
Yeah, I said I was going to go on after Bonnie, and I finally got to talk to Bonnie about 11. She messaged me, and I was waiting for you to go on. You want to go on? Me too. And went back and forth. And so I told everybody around 4 or 5 o'clock that I'd go on after she did, after 10, and after everybody else.
But Ken wasn't having a stream tonight. She only does Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah. So I said, you committed, so you got to be the one.
Yeah, he told everybody 10 o'clock earlier.
Well, he was an hour late. That's okay.
Depending on where you're at 10 o'clock. I said 10 Central, but
Yeah, I know. Shift is Central, too. So at 12 o'clock, she says, I'm done waiting. I'm going to bed.
was it 12:52? Yeah, I come on at what, 11 o'clock here, 11, a little bit after 11.
You go, Cindy. I think we got some flirting going on in chat.
I think it's interesting how a lot of the conservative groups are splintering, and everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, wow. But I've heard of, liberals, they're all crazy anyhow. But I heard that they're starting to splinter too. That one of the, like the chick from, what they call the Young Turks, had this issue with, she said, I'm a woman, and then they all had this issue with the pronouns and all this stuff. Now she's on the blacklist with them.
Yeah.
Because she said, I'm a woman. How ridiculous can things get?
What did she say? She's a woman and a feminist, and how could she agree with something like that's going to take away things? Is that the same one?
Yeah. See, you know about it more about it than I do, but I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like,
Chuck, did I send you the one about J6?
About what?
J6?
I don't know. Let me see.
Carl, you're digging yourself in deeper.
There's been a couple new videos of J6 coming out. They're out on Rumble and on Telegram.
Well, if this one's true, it's pretty telling.
well, good.
I don't know if it's something you could actually show, but maybe just play the voices. I would play the voices. Did I send it to you?
I'm not sure. I'm looking to see what this one is.
Ed, where are you blocked at? You're not blocked on here because we're seeing you, honey.
Eddie. No, she's just saying he's been blocked.
Let's see if I see her on.
Okay, Carl.
Who's saying they're blocked?
Ed, D. Oh, she's saying, never mind. She's saying not here. Sorry.
Because she speaks her mind. And we don't care here.
Well, you know I speak mine.
Yeah, tell her I see her fine in YouTube. What she can hear me. I don't know how to tell her.
Daniel has to step out onto the frozen tundra to have a smoke. I wonder if they get springtime in Greenland. I'm gonna have to ask him on that.
Yeah, only 6 foot of snow instead of 12.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we get springtime, but it's still kind of like snowy and shit.
You want to hear something funny?
No.
Shift's high today was 36, and she had all her windows open. She was calling it a heat wave.
Well, that's my cousin in Alaska. If it gets over 45, she's already in the shorts and the tank top, and she's just like, it is too hot. It's too hot.
We get all 4 seasons here. And I worked with a guy for years that wore shorts to work every single day. It didn't matter. I mean, some years we get a bad snow, it might be 2-3 feet. He's coming into work in shorts.
Yep.
There was a Pepsi distributor here that did that. It could be freezing outside and snow on the ground, and he's still walking around with shorts on.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with those guys?
I don't know.
Legs.
Oh, I got skinny legs. They get cold.
Same.
I'm gonna mute a second so I can roll some cigarettes.
Yeah, I believe that, Al. That it would get me manic. Be cooped up in the house. Months and months and months. I couldn't take it. I have to be able to get out at least once a week.
Yeah, I mean, and if just the ground itself gets that hard permafrost kind of thing going, it's depressing, man. It's like, golly, I couldn't even plant a freaking plant. Dig a hole, nothing.
Well, Shift still got snow on the ground and had her windows open. I was like, you're insane, girl.
Wow. The worst is the ice storms. We get them sometimes. They're terrible.
Yep, we get them here too.
Yeah, like a month ago, we had what they called thunder sleet or lightning sleet. It was like a hellacious storm with sleet in it.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
That was messed up.
Thunder snowstorms are freaky too.
I think I've seen one of them once.
It's like you associate all that bad weather with, there's a tornado somewhere in that. We got bad storms here. You see hail, that means you got tornadoes close.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had hail pretty good then.
Chuck, did you get any of that monster hail today that they were talking about? Some of the storm chasers were out there in Texas today due to the tornadoes.
I didn't see any of it. We were
Not
out
again.
until y'all seen me, at 3 or 4 o'clock?
We've gotten hail as big as golf balls around here a couple of times.
Yeah, years ago when I was in Ohio, we had a bad storm come through, and hail come out in it, and hell, that hail was baseball to softball size.
Yeah.
And I heard it went home, pulled in the garage, but I saw as I was coming through there, luckily it was like a sheet you could see coming, and it destroyed the IGA parking lot, and some of it was coming in an angle, busting the front windows out, but every car in that parking lot didn't have a window in it by the time it was done.
People get killed by that.
Yep.
Just being out in the open and it happens. And yeah,
terminal velocity kicks in pretty quick with something that heavy.
Yeah, damn right.
Well, Reed Timmer, the storm chaser, a couple years back, one of those big monster hail went right straight through his windshield and hit him in the damn eye.
Yeah. One of those hurricanes that hit Louisiana, I saw them down there in a parking garage, and they thought they were safe in the parking garage, and then all this debris started blowing in there, and I'm like, you're not, there's nowhere safe in a hurricane. You need to get your butts out of there.
I guess sometimes you don't have a choice, you just gotta go with what you got.
Usually in that instance, maybe second floor.
Well, if I was a newscaster having to do that, I better be getting a big old paycheck, hazard pay, something.
I'm trying to remember if it was California or Texas. I think it was last month. One of the storm chasers' car actually got washed away in the flood.
It's probably California. It was looking bad there.
Yeah, I was going to say California. They're still going through some stuff.
And isn't Israel flooding right now? Or
yeah, that's what I heard.
I saw some footage of it. It was looking pretty bad. Israeli
Well, the guy that 10 watches, that does the sun flares and yada yada, he did a live tonight, and he said we would be feeling the plasma that the plasma from the sun actually broke through the Earth's atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a 45-minute video, but yeah, some of the stuff of the explosions from the sun was really wicked looking.
Wow.
Yeah, you're talking about Israel and what's happening there. It was a couple of days ago. I told y'all they were talking about removing the Book of Christ and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going after Christians.
You get what you pay
bad.
for that.
Hey, Pooty Poo.
In a hot tub. Yeah. Oh, I just read a story. There was a couple that went up to Colorado, and it sounds like it was the same place as my daughter went. And they were sitting in a hot tub, and a mountain lion came up and attacked the man, grabbed his head.
You know what the capital is?
But he didn't. It didn't hurt him bad. He treated his own wounds. I don't. I mean, it seems like you could get a pretty good infection from that. I hope he's watching it, but
Yeah, mountain lion could take his neck out.
Yes, Gina, that's what he said.
Hey, Gina. Booty boop. See if I have any charge on my phone yet. Oh, it might turn on. Can't believe it went totally dead that quick.
Hey, Gina.
That's what I was thinking, Gina. I mean, this year was the first time in my life I ever heard of thunder snow. I don't remember ever hearing that on any kind of newscast.
We've had thunder snow here several times, but it's crazy looking.
I can imagine.
All right, who's doing that yawning?
That was Vicky.
Wasn't me.
Here y'all
Tell
go.
her she's going to have us all
Russia is a
yawning.
gas station masquerading as a country.
John McCain famously opined that Russia is a gas station parading as a country.
He's basically a gas station with a bunch of nuclear weapons.
Wait, where's that comment?
Huh?
Good night, Nora. God bless you too.
Good night, Nora.
Any tunes? This Chuck's channel. He don't like tunes.
Let's see. If I got anything on here that I know what I can play. Some of that happy music I was playing earlier.
No, please.
No.
That clown music?
Yeah.
No, man, come on.
I'm not.
Play some Foghat or something, man.
Here's a tune.
You and that foghorn.
I know Jorgen knows what this is.
Yeah, it's Beethoven, correct?
Yep. You can probably play it on your guitar. Huh?
I can now. I haven't played in a year. I saw it.
Yeah, that right there would really work on your fingers, wouldn't it?
No, it's probably not that bad. If I put my mind to it, I could do it.
What's the
probably not
hardest part? The stretching them after a year, or the fingertips not having calluses?
I don't know because I haven't tried to play. I'll have to find out. And my fingernails have grown out and stuff, man. So it's like, I don't know. I'll figure it out once I do. And every day I say I'm going to do it and then I don't. So I'll get around to it.
When I was learning, remember I tell you I was pushing myself to learn and my fingers started hurting from doing it. I started moving that string towards where your fingernail touches your finger.
Right.
And that made it hurt more. And
yeah, you just got to keep going. And then after a while, it won't hurt.
So I ended up took a bag of rice and put it in the microwave and got it hot and then put my fingers on it for a while when I wasn't messing with it. And that seemed to soothe it.
Oh, wow. I never thought about anything like I mean, I just play. and you just keep playing, and yeah, they hurt, and you get blisters, and then they go away, and you just keep on going. I mean, that's how I've always done it. So
Then you end up with leather.
yeah, pretty much. But then after a while, you get. I mean, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but you get to where you know how hard you have to press down, and you don't have so much leather. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're not hurting yourself every time.
Yeah, you know exactly how much pressure it takes to do this or that or whatever, and yeah, you still got the calluses and everything, but they're not like bell bottomed or anything.
The hardest one's what is it when you stretch the strings when you're pushing them back and forth between the threads. If you're trying to, I can't remember what you call it. You know what I'm talking about. When you instead of pushing down, you push them to the side, back and forth.
Yeah, when you're bending. Yeah. I don't know. Once you get in the hang of it, that's all part of it. I need to get back in the hang of it again.
I'm going to. I was pawn shop jumping the other day, just hoping maybe. Oops! I found a 59.
Yeah, you'd be lucky. There's a handful of those things still around, and they didn't make all those many, back in the day. Anyway, you could spit out 200 Stratocasters to every maybe 50 Les Pauls because they took more to put together,
Yeah, handmade versus production.
Yeah, they were still production, but the fenders, you got a bandsaw and some routers and stuff, and you can make a Stratocaster. You know what I mean? Ooh, there it is. Spit it right on out of there.
Then I was looking at a hollow body. It was a new one. It was Ibanez, but I figured that
they make great ones, man. There's some of their hollow bodies that I love, man. I'm trying to think what it's called. Shoot, I almost bought one of them. It was kind of a thick hollow body. It wasn't a thin one.
Yeah, that's the way this one was.
Single cutaway. What did they call that thing? I forgot, but I fell in love with that guitar, man. That thing was great, man.
The bottom part of the body where it come off the neck, it kind of had that big swirling arc that went up back towards the neck.
Yeah. The cutaway.
Yep.
Gone. That's gonna piss me off that I can't think of what those things are called. Art. Something with the word art in it. Not artistic, but art something. I don't know. Somebody's got the internet here. Come up in chat and tell me what the Ibanez hollow body guitar is called. Wasn't artistic. It was something like that. T96. Maybe that's what it was called.
Hardcore.
Maybe it was that. Hardcore or something like that. Yeah. I think that might have been it.
Yeah, depending. And it looks more like one of them on here is at Sweetwater 700. The other one's 2,500. And it looked more like the $2,500 one. They wanted 3, but that don't mean it is what it was. But
man, those used to be really affordable. They were in the $400 to $500 range, brand new. And I would have played it on a gig, man. It was a great guitar. But wow, those things have really gone up in value.
yes, Ibanez semi-hollow body guitar.
I sent you a few, Chuck. The middle one is a funny. The other 2 are not funny.
Yeah, that funny one. That's one I sent you earlier.
Oh,
that guy
you
with
should
the
play
chicken.
that. There's nothing bad about that.
No, other than it was funny.
Yes.
Let's see.
Did Ridge Runner run away on us since we give him such a hard time?
I think he was on his way
Like
home.
I was saying.
Here y'all go.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Lord. Oh. But yeah, like I was saying, red bean. Like I was saying, I think we should just stay friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, you know, I'm just not ready for all that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Damn. Crispy chicken. You say you cooked them? You did that? Cornbread. Cornbread. Cornbread too? This ain't Jip. This from scratch? Oh, Lord, shit. And you cook this like this all year round. It stays the same place like this all year round. Well, I don't know, baby. Look. You mind if I take my Air Max off? Look, check this out. I'm gonna take my Air Max off for a couple of years because I've been thinking since I've been sitting here eating on this that you might be right. We might do need to get in a relationship because real talk, I've been hungry lately and these women I've been dealing with, they, you know, this is the taste I've been looking for. So you want to get married tomorrow? You want to get married tomorrow? Because yeah, that look like that's what's finna happen. I don't want to be single no more. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and get married tomorrow. And I'm gonna bring my little TV and my little VCR that I got, my 4 pair of boxes that I got at the crib with mom and bring them on over here with you because look like this is my home. Look like I got a phone to happy home. Chicken from scratch you? Look, go ahead and get your bridesmaid together and see where you want to have a wedding there, baby. I'm in. I'm all in. I'm all in. Oh, I know you lying. Coke? Oh my God. And a cup of ice? Yeah, baby. Matter of fact, who you want to sing at the wedding? Who you want to sing at the wedding? Book him too. Book him. Book him. That's who you want to sing at the wedding. Book him. I'm paying for everything. I see about 20 more years of my future right here in this house. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me get all the way comfortable. We're in a relationship now. Marriage. I swear to God.
Hey, this is David and Jeff.
Say it. Now, what's she going to get out of it? He's getting home-cooked meals every day of the year. And he's all taking off his shoes, let my feet stink up the place while I'm eating. Okay. Hold on. And did you hear him get my stuff from Mom? TV?
4 pair of boxers.
Yeah. Mama done quit waiting on him a long time ago. That's what he's looking for.
Hey, Lauren.
That chicken did look good, though.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Just that crunch snap from it.
I have never had a husband that could cook. Okay, that makes it sound like I was married 100 times, twice. But if I was to even think about it again, he would dang sure have to know how to cook.
I had to raise my own kids, so I had to learn how to cook through what I call hunger. You know? You just figure it out, man. Get a box of something and read the flipping instructions. See what happens.
No, not out of a box. He's got to know how to cook real food.
Yeah, when you gotta cook for 3 or 4 kids, figure something out. I came up with a bunch of good stuff. With chicken and dumplings was my repertoire.
I liked the one pot meals when I was cooking for 6 kids after work all day.
Yeah.
I remember in the 80s being broke and grocery shopping, try to make $50 stretch out to feed us and the kids for a week or so.
Yeah. You take a box of rice-a-roni, man, and add like kielbasa and diced tomatoes and onion and all this stuff, and this one box of rice-a-roni turns into this big blob of stuff that you could feed 6 people with, you know?
That casserole like stuff.
Yeah, man.
Cindy, does she mean like you do a horse? Put his
Nose
nose
bag.
on.
That sounds disgusting.
What the fuck, the nose bag?
All right. Oh, Mom.
I think the only thing I ever made out of a box was macaroni and cheese.
That works. Bisquick.
then-
You can make everything with Bisquick, man. It's in a box. Rice is in a box.
Well, but then, because I kind of had 2 families of kids, and so that was the first 4. Everything was homemade. I mean, even the condiments, it was all natural. They ate healthy as could be. Can't tell it now, but they did. And so then when I had the 2 girls, and it was a lot more working. The youngest was autistic. That was a lot of doctor's appointments, a lot more time even at home. And so I did start turning to more towards stir fries. So I'd get the frozen vegetables to put in the stir fry. There were some times when I would do chicken nuggets in the oven, as much as I hated to do it, but so I got a little
Didn't kill anybody.
yeah, a little more lax with the 2 younger ones, but and now, well, one of them has got married, so she's finally decided it's time to cook. But the other one, she eats fast food all the time.
I tell you, one of the Purdue meals, we do 2 packs of hot dogs, an onion, 4 cans of pork and beans, and some brown sugar. That'd make beanie weenie, and then make a couple boxes of Kraft mac and cheese, and that shit they could eat all they wanted.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're right on the same page.
Hey, Al, when you find them, let me know. That ain't a bad idea.
Chuck, you need to highlight Camo's comment.
That one?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't have an air fryer, but I have an Instapot, and I love that thing. You can put it in the morning, and when you get home, it's done.
Here's a good dad dinner. You take a pound of ground beef and brown it, and you can add onion if you want. This is so simple. And then you mix it up with 1 big can of Campbell's mushroom soup. Okay, so it's the meat and that all mixed up. And then put it in the bottom of one of those glass Pyrex oven thingy-madoos.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take a whole pack of tater tots and put it on top. They're frozen.
Yes.
Put it in the oven and just go by the rules for the tater tots, whatever the recipe for that is, however the heat is and how long, and pull it out, and it's good as shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like beef stroganoff.
It's kind of like, they call it like a poor man's shepherd's pie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can feed a bunch of kids with that.
Bunch of buddies I knew, the thing back in the 80s. You guys probably remember the late 70s, early 80s kids when they get home from school and their parents work.
Yeah.
With a can of pork and beans, some hamburger meat. It didn't matter if you had patties or whatever, cook it, crumble it up, put the pork and beans in it, a box of mac and cheese, get it all mixed up, don't get it all boiled up, pour it off, don't put the cheese in yet, put the noodles in with it, put the cheese mix in it, and then a handful of jalapeno slices, mix it up, and then salt and pepper, cayenne, put a couple slices of cheese, mix it up. They call it hobo jalapeno stew.
Sounds awesome.
That's I do an enchilada pie that I just make chili with the beans, of course.
Of course. We're not talking hot dog chili here, lady.
Right. And then I get the yellow corn tortillas and quarter them and start putting those in the chili until it starts getting thick. Put it into the Pyrex bacon dish you were talking about. Cover it with the Mexican cheese. You can put green onions, black olives, whatever you want to add on top. Pop it in the oven till the cheese is melted. And I call it enchilada pie. Oh.
But now I'm hungry, lady. Damn it. Damn you. That sounds awesome.
It is.
Vicky used to make a thing, and she still does. The kids love it still, and it was like Thanksgiving casserole or something they used to call it. Either boiled chicken, fried, baked, whatever. If you got chicken left over in the fridge, strip it off the bone, throw in the bottom, put cream of mushroom soup, broccoli, some cheese with it. Then cover it with make a box of that stovetop stuffing and put it over top of it and bake it.
Oh, hell yeah.
What are you talking about? Chicken
Yeah. Casserole, whatever it was Cody called it.
Yeah, I used to try to make enough chili where I could use half of it for fruit pie also.
Yeah, I love Frito pie. It don't like me after I eat it, but
I love Frito pie.
I think it's.
If y'all ever had pecan pie, that's a Virginia thing.
Oh,
pecan.
Yes, that is every Christmas.
That is the
It's
shit.
called pecan.
Well, pecan.
Pecan.
Buttermilk pie or chest pie to me, that's like pecan pie without pecans.
It's called a pecan.
South they call it pecan. It's PAHKUHN. Pecan.
My grandpa had a pecan tree in his yard, and man, we had just they were just unlimited pecans all day long.
Pecan.
My daddy used to say a pecan's what I hand you on a road trip when I ain't stopping.
I'm sorry, but around here they're called pecans.
I know there's up north, they did in Tennessee too, but he's like, he used to joke about it.
I feel British like a pecan. What am I, British at? No? Pecan. Pecan. Have you ever tried pecan pie?
You ever had chest pie or buttermilk pie, Yorga?
We're all
What's that?
What is English?
Chest pie or buttermilk pie?
Love it.
It tastes like a pecan pie without the pecans on it, but it doesn't look like it. Isn't that that light clear brown looking filling? It's more creamy kind of.
Sounds good. I'd try it for sure. It's from the South and it's got pecans in it.
You put them on top, I imagine you people like, look, this is a weird pecan pie.
I'm just messing with you.
I made some here a while back and it didn't quite gel up as tight as it should, but it was still awesome.
They make a peanut pie here too, because this is the land of peanuts, and then we don't call them peanuts, we call them peanuts, and
I remember in Ohio it was peanuts, PEANITS.
Here we call them peanuts. So,
oh my goodness.
No, but they make a peanut pie. It's just like pecan pie, pecan pie. But it's got peanuts in it instead, and it's okay. But I prefer pecan.
I've never had a peanut pie. I used to work at restaurants where they always made homemade pies, because at break time that was what it was, and lemon meringue, coconut cream.
Oh my God, I love this.
The The buttermilk, whatever Chuck was talking about, that one. I can't remember what it was called.
Buttermilk pie.
Yes.
Made with pecans.
Chocolate cream. Oh my
It's-
goodness. Just like
the-
any kind
The
of pie.
lime, did you do the, what was the lime one? No, it's lime cheesecake.
Key lime.
Yeah,
Key
I
lime,
can't-
yeah.
That stuff tastes like soap to me.
I love key
I
lime.
love that shit.
And then cobblers. Boy, I can make anything into a cobbler. Peach
Really?
cobbler, dewberry cobbler, and blueberry cobbler, and yes.
What's your phone number? Are you single?
Yeah, you
I like that guy in that last video. Oh, yeah, you gonna make me some food, huh?
Yeah, Yorga, I told Bonnie why I don't like key lime though. When I was a kid, I got soap in my mouth so much. Mom loved that damn lemonade Ajax for dish soap.
She was giving you the Irish Spring.
Yeah, I graduated to lava when lava soap come out. It went to lava. It's like put your teeth.
Lava? That
Yeah.
stuff is lava. No, it is. It's pumice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she washed your mouth out with it?
You put it in your mouth and you hold it there till it's all slobbery and your foam. And okay, open your mouth up, put your teeth on it, and she scrub it back and forth. Now hold that a while.
No wonder that's how you talk now.
That's as bad as using dishwashing
I'm joking.
liquid.
That's what?
That's as bad as using dishwashing liquid.
Yeah, that's why I said key lime pie tastes
Yeah.
like lemonade Jack.
Ooh. Ooh. I never had that. I never had the mouthwash out with soap.
I was a
I
smart ass.
did.
Never had it.
My nickname
I always
was
said,
Mouth.
I always said shit and fuck under my breath. When they weren't looking.
Excuse me. And it wasn't for cussing. It was for when they thought we were lying.
Yeah, lying,
Oh.
not shutting up when you're supposed to, and Mom brought it saying that she was raised the children to be seen and not heard.
Mm-hmm.
For lying. I've never heard that one.
Oh, yeah. You don't tell a lie.
Mom was cradle to the grave Catholic. He was all the way through school and all of it.
Well, I'm Catholic, but that's just the way it was.
And
She did.
But I'd rather have that than the bleeding butt.
I got that too when I thought I was fancy and could outrun an ass whooping. I found out she could throw a coffee cup or an ashtray or a shoe or and it would go around corners. She make Pete Rose look like a chump.
I got hit with the belt. That was about it.
I learned if I could run faster than her, but then I learned that she could throw stuff.
We mostly, but my family, I was the youngest, and then my older brother, and I had two older sisters. But we all pretty much behaved for the most part. There wasn't a whole lot of shit getting thrown around. We got the belt a couple of times, and that was about it. We behaved.
I was bad about pushing my luck.
Oh,
I was bad about doing dumb shit when nobody was looking. Like I tried to jump off my mom's roof with a garbage bag as a parachute. And it really seemed like a great idea at the time.
oh my goodness.
I landed like a bag of meat on the freaking sidewalk, and my brother got me and my parents weren't around, so nobody ever knew about it, Shit like that.
Yeah, I remember one of the worst ass spankings I got was what happened. It started off me and one other kid fighting. Next thing, another kid jumped in. When the other kid jumped in, I picked up a broken rake handle and started smacking them with it.
And rightfully so.
And then it turned around that why you why? What would you pick something up for? I said, because it was two jumping on one.
Right.
Well, what'd you hit them with? A broken rake? There ain't no broken rake handle out there, and there was a broken rake that I guess got broken in tussle. Then it was they thought I was lying, but I didn't break the rake. But
Cindy, no, you're not. Amen, Eddie. Yeah, my grandmother would make us go pick the switch, and it better be the right one or we got it again.
I literally had to do that too. Believe it or not, I did. Yep.
That's where they come up with getting a licking.
That bitch hurt too, man.
Will lick around you.
That was worse than the belt, really.
Yes.
Switch. Yeah.
Didn't you just love it when they would tell you, well, this is going to hurt me worse than it was going to hurt you?
Yeah,
they all say that. Every
dad-
last one of them says that.
My dad would have tears in his eyes when he'd whip me. Then he'd leave the room and go out in the garage and do something for a while. I think it literally did hurt his feelings to do it. And I didn't help usually when he'd say that. I'm like, well, if it does end at that, then you shouldn't want to do this. He goes, well, I give you all the opportunity not to do this. But I could probably count in one hand the times my dad lit me up.
Yeah, mine didn't light me up much. But the thing with my old man was his look. He could give you a look that was worse than any whipping in the freaking world. It made you look like you're the sorriest son of a you-know-what that ever walked this earth. And the look, man, I'd rather he just give me the belt, man. Don't give me that look.
Yeah, that look mine would do it. He'd look at me and shake his head and just go.
No, my mother didn't even have to do that. She had the look. She could drill holes through you.
My dad, it's like how much I just disappointed him, and that made me feel worse than anything.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the worst thing, was that freaking look, man. Oh, God.
Jorga, Daniel had a question for you. Could you explain the pecking order? It was about something about getting into fights.
It's vaguely, I don't know exactly what he's talking about. It's probably something I was talking about a little while ago, and now I've forgotten. So
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Maybe somebody can remind me.
Vicky, I kind of think he laughs when we do stupid stuff. I don't.
Yeah, because he knows what's going to happen.
Yep. And my kids, I swear, it was like they'd be doing something, and if I couldn't get to them, somehow, some way, they would get hurt. Not hurt bad, but just maybe a knock upside the head or get a finger caught or whatever. And I was like, see?
Wow. I won't try to piss you off, that's for sure.
It's like the Heavenly Father was taking care of things too.
Yeah. I pray every day. I get down on my knees and pray every single day. I haven't told anybody that, but I do. Nobody sees me, but that's what I do before I eat. You know, every single day. So just hoping that, when the day comes that he's going to remember that.
God bless you, Cindy. Yeah, I had one son that he didn't need a lot of discipline. He was just good.
Well, I had one that wasn't,
I had a couple that weren't.
and then I had three more that were all good. Yeah, but I had one that wasn't good.
Yeah, what sucked was being the only child and shit get broke, and I didn't do it. And Dad would be going to be a truck driver, and Mom's like, "Well, I didn't do it, so that leaves you." So now, on top of you doing shit, you're lying about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I end up telling her later in life, you know that this and this time and that time I got my ass tore up for lying and breaking something. I didn't break that.
Oh my goodness, that happened with, and my grandmother had a house full of kids. It was always me and my brother, and then whoever else she took in. It would be the truck driver lady's kids or the cousins or whoever. So there was always kids there, and every day at a certain time was nap time. Whether you wanted to or not, you had to lay down and not make a sound.
Yeah, and that was the worst. I don't mean to break you off, but I remember having to do that as a kid. And you're like pumped up on fucking, excuse me, on freaking Mountain Dew or something. And then I got to lay down on that thing, and you're just like going, no, this ain't working. Anyhow. And he had those pads that they would put out, those sleeping pad things.
Yeah. Well, she didn't do that. And we weren't allowed to have sugar, so we weren't on a sugar high. But there was an alarm clock that was my grandfather's on his side of the bed, and that's where she put me for the nap. And so somebody wound that alarm clock too tight, and she blamed me for life. And I was like, I didn't touch that clock. Unless in my sleep, I did not touch that clock. Well, I got a slap across the face for that one. There wasn't no soap.
You were framed.
Yeah. One of them boys was laughing.
That sucked.
So you brought it up later and bring it up later on and say, you know, when that happened, I didn't do that.
Because they were, yes. It's like, I don't care who they were talking to, they would bring up something horrible that they thought I did. And I was like older then, 13, and you know how you act when you're 13. And I was probably saying it a little louder than normal. I didn't break that clock. Whack. In front of that neighbor, whoever she was talking to, and I was like, I give up. Blame me for breaking the clock. I don't care.
Guilty.
Why does it matter? 7-8 years later, it's gone.
My brother almost killed me one time when we were in our early 20s, and I won't go into that whole story, but we kept it quiet for 30 years. And we were having a get together at my mom and dad's house. You know, they're old, you know. It's 30 years later. And we started talking about it. And my mom heard, you know, what had happened and what my brother had done to me. She wanted to kill him right then, man. I mean, we were laughing about it. It's 30 years ago.
Yes. That's the way
she was pissed off, man. She was mad. I'm like, Mom, I'm still alive. It's all right.
That's remember those poppers that they would put in the cigarettes?
Yes.
And so my brother did that to my mother at I can't remember what was going on. There was a whole bunch of people there at the clubhouse, and
it's already funny.
It popped in her eye. Well,
Ooh.
I got blamed for it because I'm the older sister, and it's just the way it is. And so, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so, we were at Mama's and we were talking about that. And Jeff said, that was the funniest thing when I did that. And my mother looked at him and I thought she was going to get up and beat him right there. And I said,
Hey, David Devine, calm down.
Yeah, same thing.
Yep, it all comes out in the end.
I had a bunch of things I held over my big brother for years. Things that he did to me, I had held over. He shot me in the leg with a BB gun. I mean, like within like 2 inches of my leg. But it was just one of those Red Riders, like on the Christmas story, you know, one of them things. Shot me in the leg with it at my grandma's house, and
shot you in the leg?
Yeah, he did. He did.
With what?
Well, he shook up the BB gun because you could hear the BBs in it. You know, if there was BBs in it, and it wasn't, you couldn't hear a BB in it. And my dad had just given us a lecture about, you know, there could be one lodged in there. Even if you shake it, don't point it at anybody. And he turned around right after my dad went in the house. He shot me in the leg with a snake, right? And man, I think I was in the 5th grade then, and I held that over his head for years, man. I did never tell my parents that he did that to me. You know, it was just one of those things, you know. I was like, you know, I could always say, you remember that BB, you know? Yep. Yep. And he'd buy me a record or something at drug fair. You know, I could get a 45 or something I wanted to hear. Yeah, I blackmailed him for years.
Blackmail.
Hey, David.
Remember when those Patrick Lee just said I hit my big brother in his kidney and he chased me down the street with a butcher knife? Remember when those yard darts came out? Remember those things?
Yes.
Oh my God. We had a kid that got impaled on Christmas Day, like right up the street from our house.
I remember people, the bigger kids that do that, throw them straight up in the air and everybody'd run away.
Yeah, it was the worst toy ever.
Well, we would do that with knives or anything anyway. So it didn't matter.
Yeah. What do they call that? Mumbly peg.
Yeah. There's one, the older would do it with a damn crossbow or a compound bow.
We used to have Roman candle fights against each other.
Yes. And the bottle rockets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. BB guns, everything.
Yep.
All that shit. We were growing up during the Vietnam War, man. I guess that's all that shit we saw in the news. It was every day it was some sort of battler.
I don't know.
Remember one time we had these really big, you know, when acorns come out and they're like really big fat green ones?
Yes. I got a yard full.
We get bags full of those, put them in one of those, the wagon. Like the kid, when you have a kid, when you're a kid, you have a wagon. Put them all in there.
Yes.
Then we all get tennis rackets and hit them at their enemies. And they, I mean, they're like bullets, man. When they hit you, they hurt like an acorn with a tennis racket. Oh yeah, we got quite creative.
We
I remember that. Get creative, and somebody come out with a damn slingshot with acorns.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that works too. The tennis racket, though, I'm telling you, you can get some velocity off one of them.
You know, my kids used to do badminton rackets. They'd go out and look for wasp nests. They'd play wasp badminton. They'd throw rocks until they were flying around. Then they'd run around chasing them, hitting them with the racket.
You're talking about the big wasp nest that looks like a soccer ball.
Yeah, those are the one. Oh, even the smaller ones that are the red wasp. I'm like, y'all are stupid.
Yeah, they did it on on Jackass. They did Beehive Tetherball.
No.
Yeah, just think about it. It's funny already.
Then off-road tattoo.
Yeah, that one was bad too.
I still have knocks on my head from slingshot. One for sure.
I got gravel in my hand from bicycle wrecks.
Yeah.
I got about a 3-inch cut scar underneath one of my kneecaps from ramping on had 10-speed pedals on a 3-speed that I had. I'm out there, old bogus ass looking Schwinn 3-speed and it would haul ass, and it just didn't land right. My foot slipped, and when it did, I hit one knee on the top of the pedal and split it wide open.
Ooh.
Then my cousin went out there and packs it full of toilet paper to stop it from bleeding. And Mom got home and took a little scrub brush thing she had and peroxide and alcohol and got all the paper out of it.
Oh.
You're talking about those pedals that were like real, like metal and gnarly, like, right?
Yeah.
Knurled
Yeah,
or whatever.
like pop wire
Yeah.
to grip your shoe.
Yeah, it was
What did
made
I
for
do?
scraping meat off your legs.
Mm.
Man, yeah.
Alfred King said that made me remember one. You remember telling kids it was chocolate, your mom's baking powder, that chocolate powder? It wasn't sweet at all, and give them a big spoon of that shit. One kid choked on it real bad, and we got our ass beat for that.
I know exactly that stuff you're talking about. Yeah, it's horrible.
Hershey cocoa powder, that's what it was.
Yeah. I know. I tried it one time thinking it was going to be good, and it was.
My kids did that with the Crisco shortening. They thought it was going to be
Or
like.
what was the other one? The vanilla extract. That was a good one,
Yes.
or it wasn't a good one.
Well, it was. So we would make our own milkshakes, and we'd pour milk in a glass, and put a raw egg, and sugar and vanilla, and you had to sit there and keep stirring it so the egg wouldn't be a slime ball going down your throat.
Oh no!
But it was so good.
Oh my God!
Doing that, but they take it and they put it in a mixing bowl with a whisk, and every 5 minutes they're in there grabbing it, whisking it around, and put it back in the freezer.
Why the egg?
Huh?
Why the egg?
I don't know. I guess because protein.
Make it like custard.
No, it wasn't like custard. It was like slime going down the road. Maybe
Pootie
that's
Poo, what do you mean by it was just Lisa? She must have heard the puppy.
Yes, they heard the
We used to make floats, some ice cream and some Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coke or Pepsi.
Or root beer, yeah.
Yeah, later in life we did that, but that was when we were young and couldn't have any sweets, and so that was the one sweet we could sneak and Mama wouldn't know.
Man. And then she's like, where the hell are all my eggs at?
I snuck the ice cream one time, tried to make a float out of it with Pepsi, and the only ice cream in the house was Dad's butter pecan ice cream, and that was nasty.
Ooh.
That was Daddy's favorite too, was the butter pecan.
It tasted like Pepsi pancakes.
My mother was cherry nut ice cream.
Yeah,
Do you remember
like cherry.
the frozen orange juice cans? I don't know if they still make them.
Yeah. And you could sneak in there and get a spoon into that bad boy.
Yes.
When your mom weren't looking.
Frozen orange.
Yeah.
Didn't know we were getting a mega dose, did we?
I thought I was going to get a felony for that shit, man. I never did get caught, but I was like, I know I'm really doing something wrong here with this orange concentrate.
Yep.
Did y'all used to get the popsicle man and come around your neighborhood?
The
Yep.
ice cream truck, yeah.
Yeah. They had a thing that was called an iceberg, and it was just like a big frozen grape thing that you took a spoon and went down into it. I mean, it was kind of like that orange concentrate, kind of sort of, but it was grape, and it was just like frozen ice with grape in it. God, those things were good.
You remember them screwballs at the bottom was like a cone and had a gumball in the bottom of it?
Yes.
The gum was always nasty too. It didn't really chew and do much, and then by the time you got through it, it didn't have no taste.
Vicky, you want a puppy?
I like the push-up.
Push-ups, yeah, they were good.
Vicky gets those.
And just a good old ice cream sandwich was good too.
Yes.
Yeah, I like them. I leave them sit out long enough where they're squishy.
Man, they've got some at Walmart that are caramel and sea salt ice cream sandwiches. I will eat a metric ton of those things if they're around here. I'll eat every box.
If you see them, try a Klondike ice cream sandwich. Those are fantastic.
Those are good too. Those old crying cuts. Who needs an extra vertebrae? Got a vertebrae on eBay. I just had two of mine rebuilt.
Ouch.
I had to go to the doctor today for a follow-up. Said, you look good. See you later. I went, all right, fine.
So either that means your insurance was capped or you're okay.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to have to. I got follow-ups. I had to go today was like a 2-month follow-up, and I got to go back in May. And they just keep on x-raying it to make sure the screws are in where the screws are supposed to be and stuff.
Just make sure if they got you on pills, you don't say, oh, I feel better, I can do this. No, don't do that.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just taking over the counter.
Hey, Yorga, how's the house going now that it's yours finally?
It's going. It's going. I've still got a bunch of projects I want to do around here that I haven't got to yet, but yeah, it's going. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's absolutely cool that I freaking own this place now. Kick ass.
I know you were trying to own it for a long time. Sorry, Chuck.
I was just saying, I remember one time he said he's always keeping somebody in there, and I wonder if it's finally where he's quiet and alone.
Oh yeah, I've been by myself for 3 years now. Yeah, it's me and my cat. But I mean, my daughter came home from Japan, and her husband stayed here for a week. That's been a month or so ago. But other than that, yeah, just me. 2 acres, lots of grass to cut.
Weather friends, you got room for somebody? Let me stay with you a while.
Okay.
That's where
I have a guest room.
Lost a lot of friendships over that. They get too comfortable, start doing stupid shit. And
yeah, I like living alone, man. I really do. I always have. I mean, I've always been, a loner. Even my mom told me that, but what the hell? Been married twice. Shit, I don't need to do that again. So had 4 kids.
a lot of people, as long as they're not married, everything's hunky-dory. Once they do paperwork, then they're like, they can't get along.
I thought about today, and I don't want to, let me see if I can say this. It did dawn on me today that my ex, who we've been separated since 2006. We were married like 15 years. She's still getting part of my retirement, you know? And it's like, really? You know, for what? You know, she cheated on me and I ended up raising all the kids. And she still gets part of my retirement. And it's like,
if you were married over 20 years, yep, that's how it goes.
It wasn't, it was 15.
Here it's 10 years.
Apparently that was enough, you know, and whatever. As long as I ain't got to live with her no more. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah,
But
one
still,
one of the comedians about 15 years ago was talking about that, and he's like, "Bitch, you didn't even tell a fucking joke. What do you mean half?"
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I'm not bitter, you know, whatever. But I hadn't thought about that in a long time. That, you know, out of my retirement, she still gets it, Sean. It's like, you bitch.
I don't know. Is she remarried? No, or no?
No, she hasn't, and we all get along, and everybody's cool. You know, because we all have kids and everything, and you know, both of my ex-wives, I get along with both of them. We're fine. You know, we could end up at some sort of social thing, and you know, get along fine, and no fighting and no arguing, and none of that dumb shit. You know. So.
Oh my goodness, Al. I don't know. I mean, I see it as 50-50. I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I got was whenever I moved out was half of the retirement. He got the house. He got everything.
Yeah, it's every situation is different. The only reason that I'm, you know, seem bitter or whatever is because she cheated on me and she abandoned me and my kids.
Yes.
You know, that's it. I mean, if it had just been amicable where, look, we just need to break up, whatever, you know, 50-50, hell yeah, everything, you know, but she went rogue, man, you know, and,
yeah, it is kind of jacked up and she still gets a check.
Right. That's my thing, you know, believe me, I would have much rather it had just been amicable and just, hey, this ain't working, let's move on, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, she took it to extremes, and now she's waiting tables and will be for the rest of her life. You know?
Well, you do know yoga, if she remarries, she doesn't get half of that.
Really?
Yep. If
Ain't nobody gonna marry her.
if she remarries, she loses it.
Yeah, it's stuck.
Maybe
well, then she won't get married. I guarantee you.
Start sending her blind dates.
Vicky, I think there might be a few on Facebook. I'm not sure, sweetie, but you can look.
Oh well, no big deal.
Yeah, my husband was a cheater too, but we still talk. And the kids.
I was getting I was not only getting child support from her, she had to have supervised visits with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was that bad. Yeah.
Yep. And congratulations, Vicky. That's awesome.
What Vicky did. Oh, 33 years in June.
Yep.
Wow.
Me and Vicky are what, 36 in November?
I think so.
Andy's gonna be 35, right? Yep.
Cool. I'd like to hear those long marriages.
First time I got married was 1980, Valentine's Day. So how long would that have been? 43 years? 43 years. Woo. Man. Glad I didn't have to do that one.
We got married
like being in prison.
Yeah, 86 here.
What's that?
We got married in 86 here.
86. Yeah, it was a very good year.
Let's see. That should put us at 37.
I had a lot of fun in 86.
Well, if my husband was still alive, it would be 43 years for us.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
What?
86, we got married. That put us at 37.
No. Just find out.
Damn. I can remember 86 like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's 37.
I was off a year. We both were. It's 37 years will be in November.
Wow. I'm quite happy just being single.
And it was a bad thing to bring home candy and flowers. It's like, what'd you do?
Hi, Garrett. What do you mean I left the back door open?
We never could afford a divorce. That's what Vicky says. You know, I think they should make it hard. It's just as hard to get married as it is to get a damn divorce. You know? I think you should have to get lawyers and all this kind of happy horse shit going on, you know, just to get married. Because most people probably go, man, I ain't doing this.
Well, back in the day, I can remember you had to go for marriage counseling and everything before the priest would even agree to marry you.
I had to do that too.
And so
Married by the peace.
JP married us in
We didn't like any of the churches we went to.
North Ridgeville, Ohio. He knew Martin Mole. His name was Pico. He was a buddy of Martin Mole.
Was mad at our best man and wasn't going to marry us.
And they almost started a fist fight the day we got married. Best man was a wrestler. He knew a lot of the people that I used to run around with. Hell, I met Hulk Hogan back in them days.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I ain't marrying you if he's gonna be your best man. And my dad walked in and he's like, you're doing what?
Mm.
They stepped in the office for a minute and came back out and he goes, y'all ready? My dad didn't take shit off of nobody.
I thought I was going to end up in prison that day. I held my tongue though, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my second marriage. Standing up there, I was waiting for the gunshot at me. The new mother-in-law didn't like me at all.
Wow, 18 years of strippers took what's left.
Yeah. I was wondering, she would even, when she'd see me walking with the girls, because I had a double stroller because they were so close in age, 10 months apart, and we'd be at an event and she'd see us and she would turn her back and walk backwards so she didn't have to look at us. Nice, her kids. Yeah.
I got lucky with my in-laws. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Except
my first ones were.
Yeah, she was never like that with me. She was more pissy and shitty towards Chuck to me.
I still go visit my first mother-in-law. She's in the nursing home. And she's the sweetest lady ever. But
Yeah, Vicky and my daughter were in the room when I pissed my mom off one night, but she had dementia. They just never said she did because she wouldn't agree to what the doctors would test for it. But she told me one time that I was the biggest mistake she ever had in front of Vicky and my daughter.
I know, in front of all your kids.
Was it all of them there?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I left for a while, and I was like, if I'd have been a soft-hearted person, I'd have like, yeah, there'd have been a pine tree involved in it, but it didn't.
Yeah, me and my
youngest was 4 or 5 at the time, walked straight up to his grandmother and told her, "That was mean, Grandma. You shouldn't have said that to my daddy."
Good.
Okay, everybody load up. We're leaving.
I've never forgot that. It's bad. I should let go of it, but I can't.
I can't imagine a mother saying that. I could never say that to one of my kids.
People don't realize how powerful words are.
Yeah, I've never been hit with anything as hard as that.
I mean, you could have taken a punch to the face and it would have been easier, you know?
Yeah.
The Bible does. That's why there's a lot of things in the Bible about your words.
Oh, I know.
Words can cut deeper than any sword or anything.
Oh, yeah.
That's like every holiday. You can bet she's going to throw a plate of food at you.
It was,
God love her.
grandkids and my daughter and her husband and everybody be around and everybody be like doing a countdown till something happens at a holiday.
Yeah.
But that was probably the dementia shit. She was hardcore growing up and stuff. But when she got older and started having issues.
And she, after his dad passed away, she was a very, very independent woman.
So with the dementia, was it hard talking to her about serious stuff and saying, look, this is the way it is? And
she was strict about stuff and wouldn't let off of different things. And
yeah.
And it was when I got in a car wreck and they went to for my disability, even the shrinks and all that, and come back and told her what all they found and what it is. She goes, yeah, you got all these mental issues, bullshit. She goes, all that's in your head. I'm like, pretty much usually when you got issues like that, that's in your head. She goes, yeah, that's fake bullshit. I said, yep, just like having congestive heart failure. That's all in your heart.
Yeah, my mother had Alzheimer's, and we had her in a facility for about 5 years. And, you know, at least 3 times a week I had to go up there and be with her. But as far as she would get lucid every now and again, and she would remember things from way, way back when, but wouldn't remember things from like yesterday.
Yeah.
That's normal.
You know, that's kind of how that went. It was incredibly sad.
Daddy was
watch
that
her.
way. He could tell you stuff from 1940, but he couldn't tell you what he had for breakfast.
Right. I mean, and praise God, she was in the best place we could put her. You know, literally the best place around here. We had her in there, and even at that, it was still, I wouldn't want to be there. You know.
Yeah.
My grandfather and my aunt took care of my grandma. I don't know how they did it. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. And there was a guy, you know, because I was up there all the time, and mostly to help my mom eat lunch, you know, because we kind of had to feed her. And there was a guy up there who was like my age. That was, I mean, he looked healthy, he looked fine, he looked normal, but he was ate up with that freaking Alzheimer's or whatever. And he had a pretty wife that came up there every day to be with him, but he had to stay there. You know, he was gone.
Yeah, my grandma used to take off in the car and get in accidents.
Oh, my mom pulled one of them. Oh, yeah, she did in a Thunderbird. She left on Easter Sunday, and nobody knew where she was. It was an old lady on the loose, and we had to call the police and everything. I had to take off work, and we finally found her. She was about 100 miles away. She ran out of gas, and state cops were right there with her and were super cool and everything. And that's when we realized we got to find a place for Mom. you know.
Yeah.
So
That's what we're going through with my stepdad now. He thankfully he's never driven a car that or anything that you push a button to start it, so he would never figure out how to start the truck. But he'll take off walking, and he did that. Mama and him went to town so she could get her hair done, and she always dropped him off at a convenience store so he could sit there and eat whatever he wanted to while he was waiting for her. And she went back and he was gone, and the police were out looking for him. It was the sheriff's office,
Yep.
everybody. And he had started walking. Thankfully, had started walking towards home. Somehow he knew where home was. And somebody picked him up and gave him a ride. And that's where they found him, sitting at home. And my
but that's
mom,
also the point. That's also the point where you got to go, look,
yeah.
you know, yeah,
And-
we got to, yeah.
But he's still at home with her, and it's hard, but there's
Yeah, my
things
grandpa
that
passed
we're
away.
doing.
6 months later, my grandpa did from a broken heart.
Yeah, that happens too.
They were both in their 80s.
But
Your mom would get a little wound up and rattle about something. She'd break out in sailor speech.
Ooh, yeah, she did.
She never cussed or nothing carried on like that until she's later on and towards closer to the end. And
well, and I just feel bad for keeping everything from him. You know, he thinks I'm already living back there, so I don't know why Mom's making it all a secret, but I just feel like if I sit down and talk to him and tell him, this is what's going on, this is why we're moving here, do you understand? And she's so afraid that he's going to just blow up and take it out on her. And so it shouldn't even be that way at all either.
Ooh.
does he remember when he freaks out?
She said he comes back and apologizes later, so I guess so.
Yeah, Mom used to do that.
Or she deny it?
Or she deny it.
Yeah, sometimes he'll do that. Working for the weekend every day. Whatever Carl just said to remind me of that.
I guess it is the weekend now. It's Friday, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
I just remember getting off work at 5 o'clock on Fridays and cranking up the radio to the, I can't remember what they even called it, the 5 o'clock whistle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they would play all the good 80s songs.
It's beer 30. I deserve this. And then Saturday morning, you're like, I'm not doing that again.
Thankfully, I wasn't a big drinker.
Oh, I remember so many times going to work with a hangover. Or still drunk.
Yeah.
Or still drunk. Yeah, I've had some of those. You're stumbling around.
Yeah. I was boss. Every time I came in like that, she put me in the back. Vicky, you're working in the back today.
The worst were the ones where you didn't sleep at all. Where you went to the bars and everything, you drank all night, and then you went to work and you never even got like an iota of sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, I lived over by Cleveland when I met Vicky, and I worked at a landscaping company. And all the guys I work with are hockey players from Canada, a lot of them. And we'd go out and we'd get off work. Sometimes we'd end up at this certain bar at noon. bad weather came in or whatever, so we closed the bar from noon till whenever. Have to work on Saturday because it cleared up. Going on Saturday, nothing will clear your head out than about a half hour behind a lawnmower.
Oh, Brandy.
You sweat that out real quick.
We've done that though, but and I wasn't drunk though, but go dancing and then party until the sun came up and then go 30 or 40 miles to a restaurant and eat breakfast. And
Yeah, I remember walking out of them places and you feel like a vampire when the sun hits you.
The sun hits your eyes and you go, ah! I know that vampire deal, man.
no, we'd watch the sun come up on the river. And if I did drink, though, breakfast was a cold slice of pizza and a Coca-Cola. It had to be Coca-Cola. I don't know why.
Back in them days, drinking and going out was finding a Shoney's open and eating that all-you-can-eat breakfast at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had Shoney's. We had Aunt Sarah's Pancake House, Denny's.
And you were lucky if you had a Bob Evans somewhere around back then.
We have one now, but I've never been there. But we had Waffle House. Waffle House. Oh, in White Tower, which is like White Castle, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
White Tower. Yeah, Waffle House. So, man, that was the go-to place.
And down south, it's Whataburger.
Oh, we have Whataburger here too. Well, we only got one now. We only have one Whataburger. But man, I love a Whataburger.
Yeah, I used to go on the line. We're driving the puke line.
You see all the partiers and somebody leaning out the back door, the side, passenger side, whatever, leaning out there puking on the while they're going through the drive.
No.
Uh-huh.
How the hell can you eat?
If we were going to drive that far, Austin has a Jim's, and they serve everything, but they have such good breakfast, and they make Belgian waffles. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Belgian. And most of the time, I didn't get to go because I had all the kids. And
To me, it's a good breakfast restaurant if they got sausage, gravy, and biscuits.
Oh yeah. Oh God, I love that stuff.
Yep.
Waffle House was always big. I'd get bell pepper, onion, and mushrooms in my hash brown.
Yeah.
I get them. They call it splattered and plattered and scattered, and I can never figure it out. I'm just like, look, I want some cheese, some onions, and some jalapenos.
It's called smothered and covered, Jorga.
Is that what it is? I have to call it the splatter platter.
And then
Something like
capped it when you get mushrooms. Then I'd get them and I'd cover them in pecani sauce. That was a good That was a good drunk kill.
Drunk kill.
Oh, I'm so glad I never got that. All for His kingdom. Never got that bad.
Yeah, that was bad. All for His kingdom when you hang your leg off to stop the spinning one way, and you hang your leg off, then it goes foot to head.
Yeah, I haven't had that in since I was a teenager, but I have had that before, where the bed spins. That's no fun.
I've had them so bad I'd lay in the damn floor and it felt like I had to hang on.
The only time I experienced that, they flushed out one of my ears, and
knocked off your equilibrium.
And I looked at that doctor and I said, okay, I know you're going to think I am crazy, but this room is spinning and I need a bucket. And he's like, I said,
Oh,
Yep.
now I know what people feel like drunk. And they made me lay down. They had to put me in a wheelchair. It took hours before that wore off. And the nurses all, oh, I was supposed to warm it up. Whatever they flushed it with. Yeah, it knocked off my equilibrium. Like,
Wow.
just
Yeah,
a minute.
Vicky will get that vertigo. It'll break out and hit her. She used to anyway. I don't know if she does anywhere.
not like I used to. That shit sucks, Bonnie. I know.
Yeah. Well, even when I had vertigo, it wasn't like that. That was my eyes were crossing, and it was horrible.
They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I couldn't walk, couldn't talk, and I felt like
Yeah.
my eyes were just moving back and forth so fast.
Yes, that's what I'm
That's
talking
basically you're seasick. You know, if you've ever really been seasick before on a boat, that's the same thing.
No, I never got seasick on a boat before.
I have,
But
and I have a boat.
they have an exercise now for it because I had a LSU hospital down here. They're the ones that figure out what was wrong with me, and they sent me home with an exercise to do. And every time I feel it coming on, I do it. It goes away.
Wow.
I've had vertigo before. I think the one that's worse than vertigo is when your vision just like somebody shaking your head side to side. Everything looks like it's doing that.
That's vertigo.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've had that too.
And you get that weird sound with it, that zoo, 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 zoo.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I used to spend good money to feel like this.
Yeah, but not for a month straight. Shit.
Yeah, all for his kingdom, a lot of stuff, even drinking. I never just puke. I always had to do the finger dance. And it wouldn't just stick your finger down there. I had to like,
Okay, Chuck.
Too much information, Chuck.
yeah.
I'm really loud when I puke. I mean, I can't help it, but it's like,
Yeah, I'm bad about it. I'm like,
one night I had this apartment, and there were several apartments in this building, and I wasn't drunk. I wasn't anything. I just woke up in the middle of the night. I'd eaten something, I guess it didn't agree with me or whatever, and I was like, I've got to get up. Good, I got to eat. So it's like 3:00 in the morning, and I go to the bathroom, man, and it's like, it comes out, and I'm thinking, all right, good, good. But then I realize how loud I am. And I hear people in other apartments like going, "What the hell? Would you?" and I'm still yakking, but I started laughing because I knew it had to sound funny, So I almost like suffocated between laughing and puking at the same damn time.
We
was
woke
horrible.
one night, me and a buddy of mine, because we wanted to eat, but we were so drunk and full we couldn't. So we went off the back porch, and Vicky was asleep all the way on the other side of the house, and we were off this carport and garage around the back side of the house. And she said it sounded like two sumo wrestlers were outside the bedroom window going, "Wah! Wah!" She opened the damn garage door up, come out there and yell, and she go, "What the fuck are y'all doing?"
Yeah, I'm not a big person at all, but when I get sick, man, it's loud. It's like everybody's going to know. I can't do it discreetly.
And then she's like, looked at us like we're just completely retards because of the fact we looked at her after we did that. We looked at her and said, "Okay, now we can go to Shoney's."
Right. Oh yeah.
Cindy, yes, that was me with screwdrivers. And that's to this day, I cannot drink orange juice. No. I think that was the last time I ever drank.
Yeah, I like a screwdriver every now and again, but I'm with you. They kind of mess with my stomach after 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much. I mean, we had a bottle and a gallon of orange juice, so we were just.
A lot of people getting sick from screwdrivers. The thing is, the cheaper the vodka, the shittier it is. The better the vodka, you don't get a hangover. It doesn't make you sick.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's some cheap vodka out there, my friend. Oh, yes, there is.
Yeah, people break out that Taka and all that. I'm like, I'd rather drink gasoline.
Yeah.
But I was big in Jack Daniels, all them Crown Royal. I couldn't drink. My dad the same way. Can't drink blended, anything, even Scotch blended. I couldn't drink.
I'm a Jack Daniels man myself, actually.
Start getting a hangover before I even got a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
That was my best friend, Jack Daniels. And
You know what a Lemmy is then, huh, Yorga?
I don't know. No.
2 shots of Jack and a shot of Coke and then drop an ice cube in it.
That sounds good. I would add a slice of lime. Something about lime and Coke and Jack Daniels taste good together. I don't know what.
Lime though, they were ready. Coke's already got that orange flavor in it, so it would go with it.
Yeah, yeah. Just a slice of lime and yeah.
I used to call them Jack and Colors, and a buddy of mine goes, "That's called Lemmy's because of Lemmy Kilmister."
Right, I know who he is.
He'd go in and they'd have him fill a glass, drop ice in it, and then put a splash of Coke on it.
And the Rainbow. That was his bar, the Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuzzy neighbor. I think I've had a fuzzy neighbor.
see, and I think that's why I never got really, really drunk. If I was drinking, we had this little Mexican place, and they would open up at like 11 o'clock at night and stay open till 3 or 4 in the morning. In the
sounds
hometown.
like my kind of place.
Yeah.
Yes, in my hometown, and so you could go in there, and I mean, you could get. Of course, guacamole was my favorite, but it depended on how hungry I was. And so, if you eat something, it takes care of most of that.
There was a Chinese place downtown Shreveport over by Jim Burton's, and it was called Nan King's, and they were open twice a day. It was from 11 to 5 and then 11 to 5. They do it 11 to 5 in the morning and 11 to 5 in the evening.
Wow.
Yeah. And that may be the way this place did too, because I know they had a daytime too.
I bet that Chinese place was rocking between 11 at night and 5 in the morning.
Yeah, they catered to the bands and the bar people. And
right.
You know James Burton, you know who I'm talking about, the one that played with Elvis?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
James Burton, the guy that played with Elvis.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Burton, yeah.
Yeah, he's over there. He's a buddy of mine. He's like, he goes 50s and the 60s. He goes, even when Elvis we were through here, we'd go in there and eat. It's called Nan King's.
You know James Burton?
Yeah.
No. Wow.
His buddy didn't know who it was. Me and Vicky are out front. He goes, "You guys coming in?" And he goes, "I'm having a bunch of my friends show up." And I'm like, "Sure." And we'll come in, and I introduced Vicky, and she's like, "I don't know who he is." And then I showed on the wall, see that's. She goes, "That's Elvis." I said, "Yeah, see the guy over there with the guitar? That's him." She's like, "Wow, my mom would know that." She goes, "I know him."
Wasn't he in Booker T and the MGs?
I think so. But
James Burton, yeah. Telecaster player.
What's his name? I can't think of his damn. Jerry Lee Lewis is who he introduced us to.
Yeah.
Right.
So I sat there with him, Jerry Lee Lewis. I can't even remember who the other one. Then it was me and Vicky at the table, and we sat there and all the different bands and people coming in were playing, and Jerry Lee got up there and played, and then James got up there with him. And
did you get along with Jerry Lewis?
Jerry Lee Lewis is a little guy.
yeah, Vicky's like, you're a little like me.
But he wasn't an asshole to y'all?
No.
No, hell no.
Well, I guess it's just when you're waiting on him.
He probably didn't want to show his ass because James Burton was pretty cool.
And All for His Kingdom, no, we never got to do that as kids, but I did that. I did get my kids those Shirley Temples.
Yeah, Booker T and the MGs. I think James Burton was with them, man. They did Green Onions.
Let me look.
Chuck, thanks for having me up. I'm going to go to bed. It's 3:30 here.
Yeah, it's 2:30 here. I got to get up and take Wyatt to stuff here in a minute. I'll close it up in a minute.
But thanks for having me up.
Good night, Lisa. It was good to see you.
Good to see all of y'all. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Somebody told me his club's still open.
Why did I think y'all just took him this morning and you didn't have to this morning? Okay, yesterday morning.
Because he didn't go the other day and he had to make up his mistake.
Yeah, so they did it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday instead of Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is stupid because they really didn't pull anything off of him today.
Yeah, he was born in Dubberly, Louisiana. So that's over there close to Monroe. That's out in the country. Let's see. Born in 39, so that makes him what, like 84 or fixing to be?
Yeah.
Cindy, I had a girl in the back of my truck like that.
Huh? 39. I'm looking at the Louisiana Hayride show. Was in Ricky Nelson's band. Guitar solo on Dale Hawkins' 57 Susie Q.
Oh, Susie Q.
Like the way you walk, I like the way you talk.
Maybe he wasn't in Booker T and MGs. I don't know, man.
I'm digging this thing with Elvis. It was John Denver. Pink Paisley Telecaster.
Yep. I
I think that's over his bar up here.
I guess Carl's going to bed too. Night, Carl.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go myself. Even vampires need to sleep at night.
Yeah, with Corey Yorker, if you ever get around and travel and you're around this way, I'll take you up and introduce you to him if he's still around.
Really? Man, that would be awesome. I appreciate that.
He's a little. I don't know. He may like he was when we were there. But that was what, 15 years ago.
I'm longer than that.
It's before Jerry Lee Lewis died, and it was like a year or two before that. And I don't remember when Jerry Lee Lewis died.
I don't know.
Going on a fire. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
All right, I'm going to bed, you guys. Hey, it's very. Thank you so much for letting me hang out with you tonight.
Come up anytime, bro.
And hopefully I'll be around tomorrow or something. And I'll be around.
All right, bud. Yeah,
Okay. See y'all later.
Bye.
You have a good night.
Good night, everybody. We're gonna wrap it up and roll it up. I gotta be motivated out of here in about 5 or 6 hours. I can't don't remember what time we got to be up there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got to go. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Bonnie said she's up all night if you want to come to hers.
No, I know my grandbaby's going to be waking me up early.
Yeah, ours was supposed to come out because Vicky took vacation days and he hadn't showed up yet. So it'll be a time probably when we're not ready. He'll show up.
Aw.
Need to take him fishing.
Yep.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. Much love, and y'all have a blessed night. Bonnie, you want to say anything? Go ahead.
Night, y'all. Had a fun time with chat. Love y'all. God bless you. Stay vigilant.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.